Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and a tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to Patron DnD, where platinum level patrons and I get together to play at Dungeons & Dragons via Discord and Roll20. These sessions are entirely supported by patrons of patreon.com/roguewatson. Patrons also get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables. These Patron D&D games are not live streamed, but are recorded for your viewing pleasure. You can watch more D&D sessions, reviews, and crafting streams on my channel, read recaps at roguewatson.com, and listen to all of these shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our Discord server with invite link in the description below. Our music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Welcome to Chapter 2, Episode 10 of our Empire of the Ghouls campaign, designed by Richard Green and published by Kobold Press. This session, I'm joined by patrons Christopher, playing Rye, the Shadow Fae Black Powder Sorcerer.
Good evening.
Corey, playing Lucian Drago, the dhampir Clockwork Soul Sorcerer.
Hello.
Jory, playing Io, the gearforged Circle of the Moon Druid.
Hello.
John, playing Torben, the bearfolk Ancestral Guardian Barbarian.
Hello.
Stan, playing Alaric, the dhampir Death Domain Cleric / Bard.
Greetings.
Previously on Empire of the Ghouls, after a short rest and some prisoner interrogation, the party headed toward Orzelbirg with Casper the captured Ghost Knight conscript and the surviving Spear Maidens. With a bit of coin, they convinced a villager to take them to a nearby cave that was rumored to hold a secret escape tunnel into Castle Orzelbirg. After dealing with a pair of owl bears near the cave entrance, the party crawled through a long, dark tunnel, eventually emerging into a storage room with the castle's large central tower. Outside the tower, the party spotted undead hounds patrolling the grounds. Before heading outside, they decided to investigate the upper levels of the tower first. Kovac's faulty stealth alerted a gnome merchant staying in a guest room on the second floor. When he started calling for guards, Kovac moved into attack, and the rest of the party charged up the stairs. They realized this gnome had traveled to the castle to sell potions to the Ghost Knights, including special elixirs that could remove a divine paladin's immunity to disease. Horrified at what this meant for the captured Spear Maidens, Lucian and Alaric grew enraged and executed the subdued arms dealer. The sounds drew a heavily armored figure from a higher level. Alaric first tricked the Ghost Knight to buy them some time, then, with the party in ambush position, beckoned the knight back down the stairs. We are going to kick this off promptly with some combat. I'm going to get everybody into a reasonable position as Bon and Kovac have gone back into hiding. We'll say Kovac is maybe helping keep Bon safe. You have Rye and Torben with you. You are all in the tower. And I believe we are launching a surprise round on what looks like a fully armed and armored Ghost Knight with very fancy black plate armor with like a scary like ghouls snarling mouth, and he's got these imposing like batwing helmet. Definitely came out of a Hot Topic. I'm going to ask everybody to roll some initiative, please. If you can find where we are, kind of in the middle, upper left of this map. And I think you guys were all set up to do a surprise round. Alaric mentioned casting blindness, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah, so the rest of you, we can just go in initiative order, because I guess that's what you're supposed to do with a surprise round, and you all will essentially get an ambush off. This is a staircase right here, and this Ghost Knight is tromping down the stairs, has been beckoned by Alaric, who is casting a spell. So you all will definitely be able to get the jump on him. Alright, so we're going to start with Lucian. This is the surprise round.
Alright, I'm going to hear him come down the stairs. Count to 3. Pop out. And I'm going to cast...
I don't know what the signal was, but...
yeah. Tapioca. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on him. It's an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
if it'll. There it goes.
Let's see. Smart are you, buddy? Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yes.
Blindsided by that one.
Oops. So he takes 10 points of psychic and a d4 off his next saving throw.
For a cantrip, that's pretty solid.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna duck back in.
That saving throw will be relevant, as we determined. Yeah, Alaric casts blindness, deafness.
Yep.
Which remind me, is that a con save, I think?
That is indeed a con save.
To subtract. Don't think it matters. I assume your DC is better than that.
DC 15, so yep.
Alright, so he is effectively blinded, which is a very big and helpful debuff.
Yep.
Alright, we skip
And
his turn because it's still surprise. Alright,
I'm
sorry,
gonna
yeah, you
move-
can still move.
I'm gonna move out of the way, and all yours.
Alright, Rye, still surprised. Or the ambusher.
Alright, I'm going to Firebolt.
Uh, 19 does hit. He is wearing some pretty badass armor, but a 19 is a very good hit. For 11 fire damage. See, like, the flames lick the armor, just kind of heats up a little bit, and little bits of his skin seems to kind of flake off. It's exposed.
And then, am I blocking the door for Ironbear?
Currently, yeah, the door is right behind you. I just put you on here. You can feel free to move around.
And are these stairs, if I stand here, am I looking
So
down at him coming up the steps? Or no?
hang on.
Hang on.
It's an up staircase, right?
These stairs go down here, and then the stairs he's on are going up, and he's going down the upstairs. So
Okay.
right, if you were to go this way,
I'll be-
you could technically, I'd have to move you a different map, but you could go down to the lower level of the tower if you wanted to do an extreme version. He is coming down this way. This would be his next step down the stairs.
Oh, so I was right.
Yes.
I'll go this way.
Yep. So you're tucked, farther away.
Okay, and not blocking the door. Okay, cool.
Okay. All right, Iobear.
All right, Iobear is going to squeeze through the door, and I will. So if I'm here, I mean, technically, could I just step straight out the door and get him, or no?
You would effectively be fighting him on the stairs, which would be fine.
Okay. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna take a bite at him first. This doesn't impose advantage for us or anything, right? With the blindness, or
I think it does, actually. Blinded.
I think it does.
Yeah, attack rolls against you have advantage. It sure does. It's a great.
oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna bite him first.
And he starts growling in rage, and then you obviously start really growling. What
23.
is that? Yeah, for sure. He's heavily armored, but 23, yes, will definitely hit.
7 piercing with the bite.
Okay. Crunch some of his
And,
gauntleted arm.
and then I'm actually gonna stand up on my 2 hind legs since I'm on the stairs. And I'm gonna try to just come down onto his shoulders with my claws.
Nice.
25.
Jeez. Yeah, you guys are nailing this. Armored knight.
12
Jeez.
slashing.
12.
Woo!
Yeah. Ah! What is this? Sorcery!
And I will actually. Let's see. I want to move out of the way here. I just don't know. Got like a black box. Can I come? I can't squeeze anywhere. Can I?
In here it gets kind of tricky, but you could try. I don't know how much movement you have
Okay.
left. It's tricky with your. I mean, as it should
Okay.
be. You're a large bear trying to get around these like bedrooms.
I will go down the stairs to get out of the way of everyone else. If I can.
Yeah, you probably could. I'm gonna
Okay.
put you. Does this?
So
Put you
your head's
here?
popping up.
Yeah, you put your head popping up.
Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yep. And that's my turn.
All right, Torben. You've got a blinded, pretty heavily wounded now, Ghost Knight, who's just, yeah, and unfortunately he is starting to yell now, and you guys, are trying to take him out quickly, but
All right. Well, Torben is going to growl. We must silence him. And going to rage. And if I can figure out why. There we go. And charge up the stairs towards him here. And take a swing with Maul. Oh, wait, that was advantage too, wasn't it?
you do have advantage, yeah, although 19 is pretty good. Yeah, 19 will hit. Hasn't missed yet. Ooh. 16 damage. Goodness.
And
18.
new feature.
Oh,
Oh,
20.
yeah. Second attack. 25 will hit. Wow, look at these attack rolls. You guys like getting the jump on your enemies. You have dealt a tremendous amount of damage. This guy is still up. He has taken so much of a beating and just rocked back on his heels now, but he's technically on the top, the stairs fighting down, so he's got the high ground, and he is still, like, his eyes are cloudy, and he's just trying to bring up his, he's got a battle axe that he's trying to deflect, and you guys are just getting in everywhere, and he's just now pouring blood.
All right, I think that'll do it for me. I'm gonna stand my ground and try and block him from coming further down.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, and he's starting to try to yell a little bit. Says, "Arms under attack!" You don't hear anything yet, but some of you may have noticed, and Lucian, you can clearly see, you are up a level now, and you may recall when you were a lower level, you could also see those big undead hounds prowling around this just right outside the tower. And now you notice a couple of them are kind of sniffing the air and trying to look over in your direction. But you have the height advantage right now. You're up a level looking down.
All right. We'll do a repeat of that move. Mind Sliver again.
Okay.
If it'll... There it goes.
Ah. Almost just as bad, I think.
4 psychic. And gonna duck back.
The sorcerer's like, a surprise round, eh? I think I'll conserve my shit this time. Yeah, he's looking pretty messed up. Alaric.
I'm gonna step in next to my buddy Torben here, another son of Krakovar, and we're exacting vengeance for our fallen families. And whip out the rapier. Take
You
a
have
shot.
advantage because of your blindness.
Let's try that again.
Oh,
We'll take that.
the crits.
Nice.
The crit.
We need a sound effect for that.
You have access to the soundboard, or you should. Get down. Get a golf clap. Oh yeah, I could do the air raid too.
I don't.
So that's massive damage for Ghost Knight, which is a con save, which he does maintain composure after the big hit. But looks like he is very near death right now.
And
That was a save. It doesn't matter. That he would have had. No, never mind. Never mind. He still would have made it.
and I will step
Oh, you're right,
back.
that's the thing, yeah.
possibly provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he's got disadvantage, but yeah, he feels that hit, and then tries to swipe out at you with the axe at disadvantage. Oh, Captain Bloodsworn will not be defeated. So he swings wide.
Captain Murback sends his regards.
Alright, he does get to go despite all that damage you poured onto him, and he will just try to attack. Torben is in his face right now, and he can definitely smell and sense you, so he will attack with disadvantage with his battle axe. All while trying to yell for reinforcements, but you're not hearing anything coming. I don't think a 12 hits you. Torben, how about a 23?
That one will manage.
That axe, he's channeling necrotic energy through it. Deals 9 slashing and 9 necrotic damage.
Right. So, just 9 then with rage. Well, no, actually.
You can
okay, the 9 necrotic is going to be full, and then the 9 slashing is going to be halved.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
And then he attempts to get back up the stairs, which would attack.
He has a save as well.
What's the
He
save?
gets the save against the blindness.
Oh, does he do that at the
end of his turn?
At the end of his turn.
Okay. Well, he's moving first, and then he'll end his turn.
Okay.
But he tries to run up the stairs first while blinded, so that'll incur attack of opportunity from Torben, but you have advantage on this as well. His pride forced him to attack. 18 does hit. My goodness.
Nice.
Wow, Torben. All right, he tries to he tries to do it very tactically, where he's feeling for the top of the steps and tries to turn, but he's still blinded, so that fucks him up, and he opens himself up to your attack, and you just bring that maul down in the back right center, and he just crumples to the ground with just slightest little whimper. My goodness, those attack rolls were nuts.
Ooh.
Yeah, and for the moment you don't feel any danger, but you did see that the Lucian, especially you can see these undead hounds outside. They appear to be kind of sniffing and more staring at the tower, cocking their heads, trying to wait, and they're on high alert, I guess.
Did we make a lot of noise with that?
You feel like it was a lot of noise. He was definitely starting to yell, but you guys weren't making necessarily a lot of noise. True. Yeah. So they're almost like the generic, oh, there's a commotion. I'm gonna stop and listen and see what that is.
The lights are off in this room I'm in, correct?
Yes.
So
the only light, there's a small light in this hallway, I believe.
Okay.
Lucian, Torben, how badly do we want justice this day? We have just killed the commander of the Ghost Knights that slaughtered my hussars. If we want to rescue these sisters of Sif and get justice on this castle, I need a minute, and we can go right to the temple. But I need you to trust me.
Oh, okay.
Take what is yours.
So I'm going to, Torben, if you will excuse me, I need to be with the body. And Alaric will kneel down next to the body. Most High, I thank you for the favor that you have shown to your servant this day. And once again, I call upon you for your blessing and aid to rid our homeland of this scourge. May this boon bring justice to the fallen of Krakovar. Captain Murback, be avenged. General, kneel before your new master. And I cast Animate Ghoul.
All right, show me that spell again, please.
One moment. And I will point towards my rapier towards him, and a black line will hit him square in the chest.
Okay.
So standard ghoul stat block, wearing plate armor.
Yeah, and that does look like very nice, distinct plate armor. One might even say it was a magical.
So Casper knows where he's going. He knows where the temple is. We can put the general in front of us and lead the way and walk right out of here. Oh, and Torben, I may have a new toy for you. There's a deceased gnome merchant upstairs. Take out my flask of alchemist fire. You can put this into him, and I think you can throw him up to 60 feet, and you'll have a very nice grenade.
Put it in him?
Well, you can put it inside of a shirt or something if you'd like, but if we need to start a fire someplace, chuck him into a barracks or something.
Okay.
We have options.
Why couldn't we just throw the bottle itself?
It's heavier. It goes farther. It's heavier and goes farther.
Okay.
It's also more entertaining.
You have a penchant for the flair, I see.
Maybe.
Yeah, so the body rises up and under your control, but still does like a kind of a motion as it seems to operate the armor very stiffly, like it's uncomfortable by it.
We should probably warn the sisters that we have a new friend. They might not like this so much.
Mm-hmm.
And this creature will lead us? You control it?
He will do whatever I ask. And right now his orders are to protect us at all costs. Correct, General?
For one thing, you recall that he referred to himself as a captain, not a general.
Okay.
But otherwise, the armored figure does nod.
And he said it was Captain Stonebridge or
Captain Bloodsworn is how he referred to himself.
Captain Bloodsworn. So, Captain Bloodsworn. We have places to go. And Alaric will head downstairs and have a conversation with the sisters, saying that we have a new ally. And he is, as a servant of Wotan, he is...
What is this abomination that you have done?
It is a gift of Wotan to help us on our quest. If you
Wotan does not gift with the undead.
He is the god of the dead. I walk the line and I decide who goes and who stays.
Roll an intimidation check. That's pretty good. One of them appears to want to raise her voice more, but then the other one just scowls, says, "This is the way it must be, sister. Times we must be unconventional, and the odds are stacked against us."
Your sister's smart. Let's go. We do not have much time. And he will just kind of wave his finger at Casper.
Did you all want to go
lead
back
us-
downstairs then, or did you want to? There were further upstairs in the tower, but we're by no obligation to go there.
Do you want us clearing this tower real quick? No one's come down to help.
Mm-mm.
I think it'd be wise just to stick our head up and see what he was doing up there. I mean, if they're just his sleeping quarters, or maybe, but they could be like where they did planning and stuff, you know.
We can do that. Sounds good.
Just poke our head up, I guess.
Is it a
I know
standalone
time.
tower, or is it attached?
You haven't gone all the way up yet, but from what you've seen, it's just its own standalone tower. It's just the only door you've seen to the outside appears to lead into that courtyard on the first floor.
Since I don't think Kovac wants to do any more stealthing up, I can go up and take a look at the next floor up.
Okay,
I would go up too.
that's pretty good. Yeah, you can head up and you see same thing, like a landing, you know, with a dimly lit torch, and there's now there's a closed door and an open door, and you can peek your head in the open door and see what looks like a bedroom, and it appears to be pretty tidy and very militaristic in nature. Everything's very put away, and looks kind of normal, except for like a pile of gnawed-on bones in the corner at one point. And then you see a chest, which is unlocked, and you can swing it open and find a bag that has 238 gold pieces and a silver owl pendant.
Shiny. Any significance to the pendant?
It looks like it's worth a pretty penny, but
Okay.
does not look like it's particularly magical.
Guess this was worth the walk up.
In the other door, I'm just kind of montaging you through this because there's no traps or
Mhm.
anything here. You find that window I did another guest room that looks a lot smaller. Or sorry, the other one wasn't a guest room. The other one looked like it was a more permanent establishment. This one looks like a guest room similar to the guest room that had that no merchant in it. And it looks empty, but you could tell somebody's still living here. But there is an open journal lying on a desk beside an inkwell and a black feathered quill pen. Do you know Darakul? I feel like I've asked you this like 4 times in the campaign.
Alaric does.
Okay. You find written in Darakul, and it's a little bit coded, but you can spend a little bit of time analyzing it and looking over. In fact, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
You know, Alaric has a lot of good strong points. This is not one of them.
I will give you advantage, though, because you do know Darakul.
We'll need an intelligence check.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. You
That's
find
with a -1.
That is with a -1. You find a message. It reads as follows. To his ravenous eminence, Radomir Marrowblight. My agent's efforts were thwarted by the same irksome meddlers who disrupted your plans in Zobek. I have confirmed that they, along with Vardazane's desired acquisition, have arrived in Jost. Closer to us, but the dwarves have proven intractable thus far. I shall endeavor to keep you updated. In other news, I have arrived at Castle Orzelbirg at General Grimslade's request. He promises to deal with one of the most frustrating threats of the Greater Duchy, the rebels who call themselves Spear Maidens. With the aid of a powerful elixir from Nimheim, we can supposedly remove their divine blessing and transform them, driving a final stake I can't spell through any further uprisings in the region. The transformed Spear Maidens would also make an excellent wedding gift for the upcoming ceremony. The creed of all flesh spreads further north. Soon it shall spread around all of Midgard. Your faithful servant, Vukas Shroudson.
Verdisane's desired acquisition has arrived in Jotes. I think that would be talking about the Duke. So I'd definitely read this out loud to everybody.
And
That-
all of you would recognize, actually misspelled, it's Vardazane, would recognize the name of the hunger god is Vardazane. Patron deity of Darakul and many undead. Technically not an evil god, more of a neutral one, because technically everybody has to eat. But followers tend to be not the best people. Either gluttons, hedonistic, or even as far as cannibalism. And it's very popular amongst undead who feed on the living. And yes, Jost is the city that you all brought the Archduke to.
Torben, this Shroudson is of particular interest to you, huh?
Yes. I believe he is the one who ordered the attack on my village.
Well, I've received some of the justice that I've sought today, looking back at the suit of armor that's walking behind him. We can hopefully get some justice for you and your family today.
Were the sisters upstairs with us while he was reading that journal entry, or are they all?
Nope, they're
I mean, I know
downstairs.
I can't fit up there, but
No, I think it was...
okay.
I think Alaric and Lucian said that, and it's whoever Alaric
Mhm.
is coming, telling that to the rest.
Yeah, I'd bring the whole journal down, including this.
Okay.
Bring it down with me.
Yeah.
And so we have evidence confirming that there is a ritual that we need to stop. Just hold up the journal.
And the Duke's whereabouts are known now. Perhaps he should be warned that he should find a new hiding place.
Stairs continue to go up. It's a big tower. Or you can go down.
Let's go up one more.
Finish what you started.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Same thing when you go up. You see another landing, and then 2 closed doors.
Listen at the doors to make sure we're not walking into stuff.
Yep. Perception check.
Sorry, advantage is still turned on.
You don't hear anything. What you can hear or see or anything. And nobody has come out since the little commotion either.
I will attempt to check for traps, just out of paranoia. Very sure that there are no traps. So I'll attempt to open the door.
You open one of the doors and see what looks like just a simple study. You know, a kind of a desk and some bookshelves. However, it looks like 90% of this room has been just pilfered almost, or maybe destroyed seemingly. There's just no real, like the shelves are all kind of worn and broken, and there's hardly any books anywhere. You do note that there's a few scattered pages around, and you can take a cursory glance through them. And there's some, little histories about like the family that used to be here, and just kind of random records and stuff. The only thing that really looks useful to you is that you do find a copy of the castle's floor plans.
Ooh.
Which this is not included as a handout, and your DM graciously went to MS Paint and created some floor plans.
MS Paint still exists.
Yep.
Beautiful.
It does indeed. This is the kind of quality work that you're going to get. Also, you're only getting the first floor because I was like, I'm not doing any more than this. So you only find you only find the one page.
This was obviously a child's room.
Child's rendition of the floor plans. A child who'd only seen the castle once and was doing it off memory. Once years ago. So you all are located in this round tower that you've been exploring, which is, as far as you can tell, at least 4 stories tall. And when you're at this height, Alaric, the only thing you notice, there's like a trap door kind of at the top. Like the stairs lead up to like a trap door top, and that's it. So you've reached basically the top of it.
Okay.
And then the inner bailey here is where you've seen into this. That's the courtyard I keep referring to, even though I labeled courtyard as outside. It's the inner bailey is what you're looking at when you see those undead hounds prowling around.
Okay. How tall is the building with the chapel and the great hall? Is there a second floor to that?
There is a second floor, and I believe there's actually a third floor. It's the entire keep right there.
Okay.
It's not like the whole thing has 3 floors, but I think it has 3 floors at its highest point.
But it looks like we can get into there's a door, so we go across the inner bailey, door to the great hall, and then we could go enter the chapel.
Yeah, do you like my red lines represent the doors?
I greatly appreciate those red lines.
And the hash marks are stairs. My approximation for stairs.
Oh, that's classic old D&D marking, so I can read those. So, and anything in the other room?
Yes, the other room, which you can open up, is a large, stately bedroom featuring and you immediately note this is like, where a very high noble, possibly like the lord of the castle would be. Like a very stately, like everything is very, I mean, it looks like it would be ornate, except all the like nice stuff has been like ripped and torn down to where it just looks very, what's the brutalist, I think is the like architectural term. It's all very utilitarian. However, you do note there's a large chest made from black wood with a skull-shaped lock on it. And then a wooden shelf running the circumference of the room is lined with bleached human skulls.
Reference to General, I believe, right? I think we may have found his quarters. And something tells me that chest has got to be trapped.
You can make an investigation check.
Well, I'm very good at solving traps, just not finding them.
And is anybody there? Is it Alaric and Lucian? Is anybody else exploring up here with you? Or are you guys content on staying below?
Like,
I feel like Io would be with the sisters, just kind of protecting them in case something comes.
My leg hurts. So.
Like, I'm not doing any more stairs than I have to.
Rise, just turn into an old man. My leg hurts.
Stairs, the BBEG of the campaign.
That's right.
Lucian, do you mind taking a look and see if you can see any traps? I will attempt to.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I will. If there are any,
Alaric was content at looking around at all these other rooms, but now he's like, I think there's a trap. Hey, Lucian, why don't you get over here and check this out?
Don't know what I'm looking for, but I'll give it a go.
Casper opened it.
Right? Why do we have this guy?
We need him for another minute.
Yeah.
You're not detecting any traps on it. You just know that it's got a big, scary-looking lock.
Can I attempt to see
think
if
it's
check
just
if it's
locked.
locked?
I mean, it has a lock, so yes, it's locked.
Okay. One moment.
That is impressive. All right.
Can't find traps, but I can unlock things.
You can pick a lock, yeah, and you do that. Unfortunately, Lucian's investigation was not quite enough to detect this trap, as a rose-colored mist billows out from the chest and fills that room. I need Lucian and Alaric to give me a Constitution saving throw, please. You begin choking. Oh, Lucian just pops out his stomach.
Wow.
I'm already out the door.
Right?
It's
I took a full inhale, apparently.
Yeah, hit you right in the face. I need both of you to roll me a 2d10, but Lucian, you can take half damage from it, making the save. This is necrotic damage also.
So I have resistance to that, so
oh yeah.
Oh, is that dhampir thing?
So do
Yeah.
I. Yeah.
it'd
So
be
you're
4 points for
having
me.
you're having the 8, and then that gets halved again.
Yep.
Is that
For
what you're
you.
saying? Okay. So I
And
take
then
2 damage.
Wow.
and I would take 4.
Yep. Nothing. Well worth what's inside,
Oof.
which you find a treasure trove in here. 2,300 gold pieces, 60 platinum pieces, 9 black and white onyx gemstones worth 50 gold piece each. Let's see, I think this is... Okay, it is not tunable, or it is not required to. A corpse piece ring, which I think basically does gentle repose on a body. And a black vial that is a potion of ebbing strength. When you drink this potion, your strength score changes to 25 for 1 hour. Potion has no effect on you if your strength is equal to or greater than the score. The recipe for this potion is flawed and infused with dangerous void energies. When you drink this potion, you're also poisoned. While poisoned, you take 2d4 poison damage at the end of each minute. If you're reduced to 0 HP while poisoned, you have disadvantage on death saving throws. Talk about just going hard.
Wow.
I'm just trying to think of 2d4 times 60.
It's not good.
Would you last the hour? I don't think any of us would last the hour.
At that, you're not drinking this potion thinking you're gonna last the hour. I think.
I think we just put the label on that last stand.
Mhm.
But there's no off. Like you're
Mm-mm.
just the last stand potion. Yeah,
Yep.
okay. All right.
And,
So can we give it to
they're a match
somebody?
set. You do the corpse ring and the potion, so we have a chance of getting them back. It's a match set.
Drink this. We promise we'll resurrect you after it's done.
Okay. Clear things out. Head down.
Yeah, you get a huge payout though.
Yeah. Got to finish the mission to spend it.
You also find a nice document that appears to give jurisdiction of the castle to General Grimslade. I actually hilariously do have a handout for this. Royal Highness Princess Christina, Rector and Duchess of Krakovar and Grand Marshal of the Ghost Knights, grant this true title in the honor and dignity of the rank of General at Arms, title of the Commandery of the Order of the Red Shield at Orzelbirg, Frosco Grimslade. Very official looking.
Yep.
But your skin
Must be
would probably
present to win.
crawl when you see this. Those of you who are from Rekovar, especially.
Very much so. Very much so. Definitely take that just for spite value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we've cleared this place out. We ready to go down, give our fellows the brief of that we know that the Duke has been compromised, and we need to hurry up and get to interrupt this ritual before that the Spear Maidens are corrupted for this upcoming wedding.
I believe the Casper previous session, you had asked him in the interrogation if they had a jail or dungeon or something, and he had said yes, and that he believes it is the stairs to the basement are located in the pantry, but he's not as familiar with the keep area because he was a gatehouse guard.
Pantry, assuming, would be attached to the kitchen, holding up the child's drawing.
It is labeled on the child's drawing.
And so question is, do we go for the Great Hall and the chapel first to make sure it's not a ceremony, or do we try to check the basement to see if we can rescue them?
Spear Maidens even say,
Yeah.
we need to,
I,
we could split up, but it might be more dangerous.
I say we go for the Spear Maidens.
Do we? So you thinking chapel or basement?
Unless they're already taken to the chapel, I would say the basement.
Can you ask your? I'm in bear form, so this is me just asking. But can you communicate with your ghoul friend? Can you ask him questions?
Sure. He doesn't have memory. He is a new creature, so he isn't the captain.
Oh. Hmm. Yeah, we should have maybe interrogated him first.
I mean, would Casper know when this ceremony was to take place?
Yeah, Casper just shrugs and says, I don't what they're talking about. Honest, I don't. I heard about no wedding ceremony.
Casper, could you ask one of the night guards when the ceremony is going to take place?
I don't know nothing about no ceremony.
I didn't ask if you did. I asked if you could go talk to someone and find out where the Spear Maidens are currently being held.
Oh,
Everyone?
I mean, yeah, I think it's the middle of the night out there. It's usually not the living who are out and about at these hours, so it's might be a little suspicious for me.
Captain was in his quarters. I don't think the ceremony would have been going on now.
Oh, we can go across and go for the basement then.
You'd think he would have been at the ceremony if it was happening now.
Excellent point.
I say we go for the Spear Maidens. They are to be a gift anyway for the ceremony, so
You might be able to enter through the
see.
kitchen.
I think time is of the essence.
Okay. We can send the captain out. Go ahead.
I just have a question. I can't remember when we were interrogating the gnome and he was explaining about this elixir and what its effect is, basically removing their resistance to disease. Did we get a timeline as far as Does it happen instantly when they're fed the elixir? Does it take multiple doses? Did we get any of that information?
I don't think there was a very long conversation. I think people got pretty pissed pretty quickly, and emotions ended that gnome's life before further questioning could be had.
Okay. I thought so, but I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can send the captain out
mean,
into the courtyard and clear the courtyard.
What? Just lead them away from us?
Just tell them report back to the report back to the kennel. Have him issue orders.
Oh. Didn't realize he can speak.
Matthias could speak.
Is this true?
You can speak, right? Can't you, Captain?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. We'll send the captain to open the door, step out into the courtyard, and if see any of the hounds, order them to return to the kennel. And I will turn into, and I will go back into my Ghost Knight form, put the helmet back on and stuff.
All right, so you're just telling him to go out there and...
I'm gonna walk right behind him I'm gonna walk with him, and go out and tell them, order the doggies to go to bed.
Okay. You would know that undead don't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
But they would have they would have a kennel to tell them to go over to the stables.
Okay. I stand down, basically.
Go to the stables and wait until you're called.
Okay. All right, and the rest of you just kind of huddle back away. Open this door. Okay. All right. The door opens, and you see the knighted captain shuffling around. I almost imagine that dude in Men in Black who's just like, walking like it's just not natural, and you could tell the ghoul wants to lope and be more, gangly, and the armor is just like strafing at the armor terribly. It's just very awkward looking. And both dogs to immediately turn and cock their heads over. But as the figure walks up, they just kind of look bored at that as he approaches, so they don't seem to react in any different way. They do seem to be sniffing very vigorously back. You said you're behind him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a deception check, if you will. Just they start sniffing at you. You have a pretty good costume on, but these hounds in particular seem to be perfected the art of sniffing out the dead versus the living. And they immediately start growling at you, Alaric. Even though the captain is already trying to speak and says, "Go back to stables." But they seem to be ignoring him and just absolutely growling at you. And I'm going to start up some initiative, please.
I think my dice are cursed. I literally roll like a 5 every single time we roll initiative.
It's like barely above a 1.
Ha ha.
Barely.
You're bad in cleanup.
And does the ghoul roll initiative separately or go when you go? Remember that?
Rolls separately, if I remember correctly.
All right, Lucian, you are the first to react to the fact that you realize these hounds look like they're about to pounce on Alaric.
Yeah, I can see this one from where I'm at. Looks like.
Okay.
So I will just. I'm gonna mind sliver that one. Right. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oops.
It's intelligence. Oh dear. Writing a lot of dumb things.
I just hold my hand out and like twist. Like I'm
I resent
breaking
that
his mind.
Yeah, just like you see it shudder.
I'm just gonna stay put.
Alright, Torben, same thing. You realize that this ruse
really
is
away.
not quite working. You are muted.
Just saying, I don't have the range. Gonna move out here. Which one did Lucian's, let's see, you can probably see this one over here, huh?
Correct. Yep.
All right. So clearing the door and seeing what we're facing, Torben is going to definitely unleash everything available to him. And take a swing at this guy with his maul.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's the middle of the night, just dimly lit by some torches glowing around, and you don't see anybody. These keep walls are not like path walls where people are walking on them. They're just walls set up.
Okay.
12 does not hit an undead hound.
Right. Well, flustered by a miss, or swing and a miss, we'll swing again.
18 is a better hit. That will hit.
All right.
Well, damage. Just smacks it right in the jaw.
All right, and that'll do it for me.
All right, Alaric.
Saying that Operation Puppy Go to Bed is not working. We will slide over here and post up next to Torben. And see if we can. Nope, no pokey.
The good attack rolls you guys had the last one suddenly left the building.
There's more anger behind those.
Alright, we are back after a catastrophic system failure from the DM, but we are resuming the attack, which the undead hounds will get, damn it. I was rudely interrupted before. And they're still ignoring the ghoul captain that they perceive, and they will run after Torben, who obviously is a living threat. And with pack tactics, they do have...
Can I undo that with my restore balance?
I don't know. How does your restore balance work? To roll d20 advantage disadvantage, use your reaction to prevent the roll from being affected by advantage and disadvantage. Yes, I'd say you can. Prevent its advantage with pack tactics. So it just has a regular bite attack? Absolutely. Alright, so just a regular attack is a 22 against Torben.
I tried.
Yeah. That deals 9 piercing, and you must succeed on a DC 13 strength save or be knocked prone. It attempts to bowl you over.
Yeah. Pretty good at those, and get advantage while raging.
Yeah, you are pretty good at those.
All right. So, yeah.
And seeing you stand up pretty bodily to the other one, this one will turn to you, Alaric, and attack you. This would also be with advantage. I don't know if you can see this one, though, Lucian.
I can't see it,
Okay.
so yeah.
Or no, it's
Torben
not advantage
has
against
something-
Alaric, because you are not... You're actually not within 5
Right.
feet.
And
So he's gonna.
Torben goes off on him too. Your
What's that?
spirit guardians? Your
Yeah.
spirit.
Going to be affected by
Oh.
spirit guardian or ancestral protectors. So,
Whisper
So it'll
against
have-
your rage. Attack on your turn against the target. The warrior retains attacks till the start of your next turn. The target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you. Ah, okay. Bunch of guardians swirling around it. I'll leave it up to Token Fate then. I don't know if the creature would, it's not very smart, would know to avoid your spirit guardians and focus on you instead. Nope, still going after Alaric. That means it has disadvantage on its attacks.
Is Torben still raging though?
Yeah.
I
He
raged
just,
again.
he just started another rage, yeah.
Just started the rage again.
And you have resistance against this attack. So it's a bite, Alaric, and 10 is not going to do it, I believe.
Nope.
Alright,
But shield.
right.
Alright. I'm going to firebolt the one that I can see. Actually, I'm going to try to win last year instead. To kind of like try to blow it. Did that go? No, it didn't go. Did that go? Okay.
Windlash.
That's not right. That's not right either. 1 second. There we go. A 19.
Let's say it's a melee. Oh no, it says 20 feet. Okay. Yes, 19 will hit. For 9.
It takes 2d8 slashing.
Yeah, the hound's looking beat up. You're taking strips of flesh off of it.
And it pushes back 5 feet.
Oh, okay. Bumps into the captain.
And then it stay where at.
Right, the Spear Maidens are not one to back down from a fight. And they will... this one will run up to you, Torben. 30 feet engaged in melee combat. And she will give you the War God's Healing. Sifts light upon you, brave one. You regain 7 hit points. And then the other one, oops, I mean to skip her turn, will also run up, and this time she will stab at the hound. And hit for 8. Ayo.
Okay. Can I get out there, or is everyone clogging up the doorway?
You could attack from the doorway, I think. You'd probably have disadvantage, though, because you'd be squeezing. In terms of sneaking past, I don't know how much movement you have. You could maybe get around
I have 40 feet.
40.
Yeah.
You might be able to get around to the other side of Alaric, maybe. You have to squeeze past,
Okay.
which is double movement.
Okay. So if you will allow that, I will.
Although doing so, you'd probably take an attack of opportunity from the wolf, who is also right here. So either you can engage the wolf with disadvantage, or squeeze past it, take a reaction hit, and then engage the other wolf. Or you'd be more open.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do the. We'll do the disadvantage through from where I'm at. I'll attack the one that's closer.
I'll undo that. I'll do another restore balance.
Okay.
It's a straight roll.
Okay. All right. So let me attack. We'll do bite first. Wow, that was weird. 12?
It's not.
Dang it. Okay, so do I have to roll with disadvantage with my claws? Then? Or does
Unless
it
I
do
do
it
it
for the
again.
whole?
No, just the one.
Okay, I'll roll with disadvantage.
No, I'll undo it. That's my last
How many
one.
is that a reaction?
It does say it does say it takes a reaction.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, shoot. I couldn't have done that first one either then.
That's fine.
Because I didn't get it, but
so
she
I missed
missed anyway,
anyway,
so
Yeah.
sorry.
All right, so disadvantage with the claws is gonna miss because it's 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
You guys hit the
big
big
bear trying
armored
to
guy
squeeze
left and
through.
right and can't hit the dogs.
Yeah.
The zombie dogs.
All right, that's my turn then.
According to your last instructions, Alaric, the armored ghoul captain is still trying to bark orders at the dogs.
And he also has the basic order to protect us at all costs.
Does he now? When did he get that order?
That was the first order he was given.
That was his prime
Standing
directive.
order. Yep. Protect us at all costs.
As a ghoul, I don't think he can use the weapon, but he can use his basic claws. So he will attempt to rake his claws, which he does. 6 damage. Target is undead. Paralyzing claws don't do any good. But number 1 is looking pretty messed up. I mean, it's undead, so it's always messed up looking. But Lucian.
Yeah, I'll hit him again. Can I see through the bear?
Yes. I would. If you're gonna hit it with an attack, you'd probably have disadvantage because.
No, I'm gonna do the same save roll.
Okay.
With the,
Yeah, you would be able to just peek through
Mind sliver.
occasionally, because I assume she's kind of bobbing and weaving as much of a
I'll lift my paw.
much
I'll
as a
lift my
bear
paw,
can.
so
Yeah.
the intelligence saving throw.
Still exploiting
hits.
that weakness. Yeah.
Yeah. Try to.
And I guess he would have had a
break his
D4 on it
mind
too.
again.
Yeah. All right. Again,
Yep.
pain racking the head, and you can see just blood dripping out of the nose. And number 1's looking near death, one might say.
And stay put.
Torben.
All right. Keep doing what he knows. Lay in with the.
Yeah,
Maul.
20 will do it. 13. Good lord. Whimpering and howling. Bane will hit. Another 13. Now this one's looking even worse than the first one. You just crack more bones and flesh just sloughing off.
All right, that'll do it for me.
All right, Alaric, he set you up.
Trying to follow up.
Finish him. Oh yeah.
Yes, you do. You put that right between the eyes.
I felt inspired. And then 30 will get me there. And that'll end my turn.
Oh boy, number one is in a target-rich environment and not very smart about it, so... I believe the bear is obviously the big target, and the last one to attack, so... And attacking Io Bear. And yet, even though you're squeezed into a door, it can't quite find you. It's got too many targets around it. It just seems to be hunkering down. Go to Rye.
Alright, can I safely get to it? Like from a firebolt stance.
You can shoot it, yeah. I think you'd have disadvantage trying to shoot past the bear through a doorway.
Okay, would I have disadvantage with Windlash then?
I don't know how Windlash works.
I have my swift gesture creates a solid lash of howling wind. I feel like the wind will go around people.
Okay, yeah, I like it. We'll go with that.
Alright.
Wind doesn't be aimed as much. 22 for 9. Yeah. You smack it with this wind lash. It seems to just kind of crack its neck around. And it falls down deadsies.
I guess it does not move 5 feet then.
It does not.
Can we toss these doggies into the tower and move on real fast?
You can, and Alaric, you look up to the very top of the tower. Something catches your eye, and you see what look like stony wings like unfolding.
We are gonna have company. Let's get across really fast.
So I don't do fast.
My leg hurts. Somebody carry.
Can you carry? Can you carry Rye?
The part of Bond will be played by Rye this evening. Yeah, so you've got 2 doors that you can see. You can refer back to the... Actually, there's a third door down here also. You can refer back to the children's map.
Yeah, so this should be the kitchen. If we were going to run in there first.
Yeah. Yeah, what you tell me what the plan is. If you've got all these people following. Do you want to keep Casper with you all, or leave him at the tower, and what are those spear maidens?
He comes with us.
Okay.
Everybody goes. Everybody goes.
Sticking together.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
Alaric, you throw open the door, and
looking like a ghost knight.
You see what looks like a kitchen, and there is a ghoul wearing a blood-stained apron and a filthy chef's hat, hacking into what appears to be a human leg with a meat cleaver, chopping it into pieces. And the stained, chaotic kitchen features a pungent aroma of raw meat and stew. And this ghoul looks up at you with surprise. He says, What's all this then? Bloody idiots! What is that? I should be asleep. All look the same to me.
You dare speak to a ghost knight like that? Kneel.
You're no knight. I can smell the life upon you. You brought more food for us, yes?
Gonna step here and block the door.
Mm-hmm.
And my rapier's still out. I'm gonna run him through.
All right, let's roll for initiative. because obviously he's definitely paying attention to what's going on, and he's got just cleavers in his hands.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, it didn't like my selecting of my token.
I'm still in that tower,
Okay.
Eric. My computer kind of glitched.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize we were right there. Okay. Thought we were on another map.
Oh no, yeah, we're still on the same map. You guys charged out, took out the dogs and charged across the courtyard. There's some kind of stony creature unfolding its wings on top of the tower, so you're all trying to rush inside of this appears to be the keep, and this specifically appears to be the kitchen right here. However, there was
I could hear.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I still could hear. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just FYI. Yep.
Is it
I just lost visual.
is it complete dark in the kitchen here?
Torben, it unfortunately is, and you would know that a lot of the Darakul, which this appears to be one, they abhor sunlight specifically, and they can work in the dark just fine.
Okay.
So you imagine there may be not a lot of living cooks work in here, because there don't appear to be any lights naturally. So you open it up, and it is dark in here. All right, and before we start this combat, I think we are going to take a break. About 10 minutes, and then we will come back to our third fight of the session already.
All right.
Yeah.
I have to add Alaric to the tracker.
Yeah. It didn't like my token selection.
Oh, okay. I can do that in a minute.
Thank you.
Alright, folks. We're coming back from our break. Turn off that music and turn on the battle music. As there is going-ons afoot, as we aggro all the things. The Spear Maidens, and again, the magic of D&D turn-based, everybody realizes there's danger ahead. They actually both, instead of going to the kitchen, they rush up towards the keep, or the inner bailey doors, and basically just rush up here, kind of with the guard position, warily, and maybe even bracing themselves against the door, looking back at both of you. Say, get to the Spear Maidens, our sisters, as fast as you can. We'll not allow anyone else inside. And astonishingly, Darkwool beat everybody else's initiative. Now the good news is, he's wearing an apron. No armor or anything. No adventuring gear. The bad news is, he's still a Darkwool, and is also holding a meat cleaver. Which,
yes, chef.
Yes. Which he will definitely attempt to stab at you, Alaric.
Couldn't be salad tongs.
Right. Meat.
Had some damage from a meat cleaver. Dang.
That was some max damage too. And then he attempts to rake you with his claws. Remember what these feel like. Ooh, 17?
Chink. Nope.
Ooh, okay.
That's denied.
And then, even though you bring that shield up, he then just leans forward, like almost like a snake, and attempts to bite you with rotting teeth.
That hits.
You bring up the shield of the claws, but he comes back around with a mouth. And bites for 12 piercing, and I need a Constitution saving throw against the Darkwool Fever.
Okay. Con save.
Ooh, Alaric!
I'm on a mission from God.
That was a good roll. Still took a little bit of damage though. Rye.
So when I look back towards the tower, do I see anything?
On the very top, yes. Again, you see those. You feel like if you all would linger around this tower too long, you would definitely aggro something on top of this tower.
Okay. So no perceived threat from that angle.
Not at the very moment, but you think something may be coming, or something is stirring on top of the tower.
Okay. Then I will start making my way. 1, 2, 3. That's as far as I can go. And that took my whole movement because
My leg hurts.
I'm wincing every time. I'm like House season 3 or season 4 when it was really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so you see the Spear Maidens are kind of bracing against this door right here. You haven't seen any enemies or anything out there, but they seem to know this is kind of a point of entry. And then, yeah, you can see, you can basically just see Torben has gone inside this darkened kitchen. And that's where you can hear the sound of Alaric being bitten. Flesh being torn, yeah.
That's it for me. Got over there. I can't do anything else.
Okay. Lucian?
Did we get a warning that there was something perhaps flying around?
Alaric called out.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just kind of look back and then think to myself.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember 2 sessions ago, but I think Casper did mention the fact they do have a gargoyle on the top of the tower who acts as a sentry.
That's my 30 feet. Yeah, then I'll definitely would want to duck in, and I'll mix things up. I'll hit him with a Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Whoops. No. Hit him with a Ray of Frost.
Yeah, that's
for
good.
11 cold.
Oh. Ah! The meat
Yeah.
spells!
Have my hand already raised as I come in and just like
Nice.
fire on the run.
Ah! There's
Yeah,
more of them
that's-
crawling maggots.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Yeah, and that's the end of my turn.
Alright, Torben, is pretty dark in here. The Ray of Frost just lit things up momentarily.
The Ray of Frost did
For a second, yeah.
enough that I could like between that and the sound. Do I know like I'll just charge forward? Oh, I think that's him right there. Huh?
Frost beam!
Okay. So let's see. I mean, is this dark enough that I'm doing disadvantage here?
If you're within melee, I think you're good.
Okay.
I gave everybody kind of some wiggle room. Like melee, even though it's dark, you should be able to see.
Okay.
And yeah, your allies are helping.
All right.
Ooh, a 9.
Pretty sure.
Even wearing only a chef's apron, a 9 isn't quite going to be good enough.
All right. Clearly, the dark is having an effect.
Yeah, it is. 11 does hit, though.
Oh,
All right.
I see a miss, and I just like grab you by the waist and turn you.
It rotates slightly.
He's over.
All this kitchen equipment just goes flying, like the saucepan like tips over. Ah! Closed. This one seems to want to talk all the time. It did ring his bell pretty well, though, as well as making a lot of kitchen noise. Alaric.
For the first time in a long time, reaches into the pouch. And adds 14 to the total.
Potion of
and
greater
hopes
healing,
to stay
yeah.
vertical. Hopes to stay vertical. And then we'll see if you can hit this guy.
Yes, you can with a 22.
Okay.
Did you get in here?
And that will be my turn.
All right, Io.
Okay, so I measured out 30 feet to get to the door, which gives me 10 feet to get inside, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm getting into in here.
Also gonna run into dark vision problems, yeah.
Yeah, so before I let go of my token on the door, because we know it gets stuck there, can I place myself, because I see Torben and Lucian's tokens there, can I get myself somewhere?
I'm hoping because your
Inside the
token
room.
is enlarged, you can... I can still pick up your tokens.
Okay, all right.
The bear just... Winnie the Pooh is halfway to the door once again.
Yeah. Again. I really need to consider maybe a different form. If I
iconic
can
now.
get into the room completely, I will. If not, then I will not block the door for everybody else.
Yeah, the problem is I think
So
because all your allies are kind of jumbled up at the near the entrance too.
Yeah. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna bottleneck the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand here, and just offer support so I can like just charge in. I'll hold my action if any danger comes within range of any of my allies out here in the courtyard.
Okay.
End of my turn.
All right. You see this ghoul captain loping again. That really frightening countenance of the armor, stepping inside to be near Alaric, and just lunges across the counter. And at this point, acting more like a ghoul than the armor. At that point, the Derek ghoul's eyes go wide. Says, "You mockery! Our own Darak bloodsworn necromancy. Fancy yourself, do you?" Talks a big game, but then the ghoul attempts to hit him. And does, because he's only wearing an apron. 8 slashing. Ah! You can see the Dark Ghoul begins banging, a metal pot or something nearby with the cleaver. If anyone's awake in there, and he seems to be yelling towards the Great Hall. Get in here! Under attack! You idiots! And the Spearmains will continue holding the wall, and at this point you may even see the wall bulge a few times. And the Dark Ghoul, will continue to have hated eyes for you, Alaric. He's kind of identified you as the ringleader. Originally talked to him, and then blaming you for raising the Bloodsworn. Takes another swipe at you with the cleaver. Is this the Spirit Guardians up or no, Torben?
No, I didn't rage.
Okay.
I completely didn't give it thought for some
7
reason.
does not hit regardless.
Nope.
Tries to swipe you with the claws. Ooh, that would be a critical hit though.
Or not.
You can avoid a grievous
not a
injury. One reaction when you take... That's a first level spell. Cast when a foe strikes with a critical before damage dice are rolled, a critical hit against you becomes a normal hit. Okay. So...
So a shadowed hand just kind of slows him down.
Yeah.
And it prevents it from coming in.
Okay, so a normal hit means I just roll his...
Normal damage.
Normal damage. Yeah, I'm going to roll it manually then, because it would roll the crit if I didn't. It's 3. Oh, wow. I rolled a bare minimum damage. You do still need to make that Constitution saving throw, however.
It's not a crit.
This is for the...
Oh, is that his claws?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the claws. So ignore the damage. It's only 5
Okay.
damage, but you do have to make the con save against the paralyzation. Oh, Alaric.
I am now a door.
You are paralyzed by the claws. Oh, which means...
Yep.
Attack rolls against you have advantage, and it's a crit if it hits. For the bite coming up against you. Like fucking crit anyway. This Dark Ghoul really wants to fucking murder you.
He may have just done that.
Yeah. Good chance of that. Ooh, yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. 10 plus 13.
Yep.
Give me another con save to see if you contract a Dark Ghoul fever to add insult to injury. Oh my god. Oh, Alaric goes down. You see just viciously, like, fatality almost, where he comes in, rakes with the claws, and Alaric just suddenly, like, the shield just kind of drops slightly, and you kind of lean forward, and he just clutches you and just rips a good chunk off your neck, and you fall to the ground, and he just, like, spits out the flesh. He goes, come then, meat. This is Crackbone's kitchen. Will not be taken down so lightly. And then through a door opens up here, and you see a guard come in, and you see the chef says, they're invaders, destroy them. And he will just fire a crossbow at Torben. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Miss. Alright, another one. Same thing, just runs up with a crossbow armed. And it looks like they were kind of like shaken out. Like they're... they've got their... they don't even have armor on. They just have like... I don't know. Their casual gear. And looked like they had just jumped up, but they did have their weapons nearby. And this one fires another crossbow at you, but that one goes wide as well. Rye.
So, do I see anything new now?
At this point, you start seeing this. You definitely can identify there is clearly a gargoyle on top of the tower that is now looking down at all of you and appears to be ready to enter the fray.
I'm going to take my makeshift cane, aka my musket, and aim at it and shoot.
Yeah. It's pretty high up there, but I think you've got pretty good range. Yeah, 80 feet. And you crack, and you see several chunks of stone shine off of it.
And then bonus action reload.
Okay.
And then actually I'm going to go a few more feet towards the house.
Okay.
Alright, right there.
The rest of you hear a loud shot ring out in the courtyard and maybe startled by the fact that there's fighting out here in addition to inside. Alright, so this thing, and Io and Rai, you clearly see this gargoyle start swooping down. It gets to still flying. We're going to put it at about 10 feet above the air, and it makes it to about here. So it's kind of, you could tell it's trying to swoop down to get to all of you, but it can't quite. Well, I guess it could. Well, it could dash, but that would be stupid. So no, it's just going to be flying and kind of hovering, ready to swoop in again. Lucian, inside the kitchen.
Does he look pretty hurt?
He does look pretty hurt. Yeah, he's taken a severe beating. He talks a big game for sure, but he has taken a licking.
He's got Torben there. Yeah, I'm gonna dump a potion of healing into Alaric. What's that? 2d4?
Yeah. 2d4 plus 2?
So you can use that macro we have too.
Oh.
Macro screen is the same one I've got.
6 plus 2, so 8.
Is that an action to do or a bonus action?
Action to feed it to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get out of dodge. 15, 20, just behind this pillar here.
That is a well, I believe, in the ground. You do see a gargoyle.
Okay, so
you come outside, Lucian.
Oh,
you see a gargoyle heading towards everybody. Your number of safe places is rapidly growing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but that's where I'll go.
Okay, Torben.
I was in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that Dracul take down his friend is going to definitely cause a bit of a rage moment. And he is going to lay in with all he's got on that. Oh.
12 does hit. This is not a fully armored Dracul. This is a chef. However, we've seen how nasty even a chef can be. 13 is very good damage, though. Arrgh. Want to tasting your bear flesh? For some reason, you do the same damage every time. Blissfully average, I think. 13. Wow, alright, the chef is looking real nasty now. Grr, you like smashed him a 1-2 punch, and now he's like just coughs up like just horrible viscous fluids. Practically snapping his limbs. And he stumbles back and like clutches several like, you know, ladles and things hanging off the kitchen. Grr.
All right. That that should do it for me.
Alaric, welcome back to
The land of the semi-living.
Land of the Semi-Living, yeah.
I've about had enough of this Hell's Kitchen, and going to continue with my drinking problem, and pop a potion for 8, and see if we can hit this guy and do some damage.
11 does hit for 7. That's pretty good. He staggers backwards and has just absolute daggers in his eyes.
And it's like, Io, we need help. And I will give a bardic inspiration to Io.
Yeah. I also need a lingering injury save for you, Alaric.
Oh, lovely. Another con save?
Your favorites.
Oh,
That's good.
I
All right.
actually made one.
You stave it off. Although I do believe you contracted Daracool fever, if I recall.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Feeling a
that
little off.
escalated quickly.
What unconsciousness doesn't cure something like that?
Io.
Okay, so question.
Mm-hmm.
The gargoyle.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's still hovering. Can I reach it to attack it?
As a large bear, I would say yes. I think you could.
All right, then I am quickly looking around in panic, and even though I cannot see into that room, I hear Alaric's voice, and something just kind of clicks in me, and I just completely charge forward at this thing that's flying towards my friends, and I will attack it.
Oh,
With a nat 20.
Yeah. Inspired
All right.
indeed.
And that's gonna be wait, was it 1d8 plus 4 plus 0? I don't understand why I did that, but oh, okay, so it rolled automatically for me.
Oh, it should, yeah.
Must be,
The
so
1d8 was your
12.
crit.
So okay, so 12 HP damage on the bite, and then I'm going to go up in the air, and as I rake him with my claws, I'm gonna try to like bring him to the ground.
Okay. That was the massive damage save I made. Which
18?
18 will hit too. Yeah, I was pissed.
9 slashing.
Okay.
And
good.
I'm staying there between him and everyone else and just trying to lock him up.
Okay, yeah, it definitely looks like the gargoyle's only eyes for you now as you wrap him up and kind of pull him down to the ground. Very effectively. Alaric, you're summoned, or you're reanimated ghoul. Attempt to blah and hit, and it just doesn't even say anything. It just like and just kind of bashes. You can see the Daracool has like a surprised look on his face as the gauntleted ghoul just kind of backhands him and throws him across the room, and he actually sinks down to the ground, and his little chef's hat droops down, drops the cleavers, and expires.
Good boy.
Mhm.
Good boy.
All right, you see more of these guards, however, in here. And they continue to try to shoot into this one as at... Actually, we'll do Token Fate at Torben. They still try to fire with their crossbows. Okay. That one apparently was the marksman of crossbowdom, doing 13 damage. Alaric is very happy about Token Fate on that one.
Yeah.
Sisters continue to hold, and at this point you feel like you can see, those of you outside can see these like keep doors kind of pushing in periodically, and they're both just holding these doors, looking desperately back at all of you. Alright, this one will charge forward with a sword, Alaric. Oh my god.
What the?
The DM just crit like... Yeah, 2 in a row. And Io just crit like 2 ago. There you go.
Earn another one.
Yeah. All those spells. That's regular 1d8. 5 damage. Other one will... he'll actually squeeze in here with a sword, feeling emboldened, and also attack you. 15 is
Shield
not going to
hold.
work. Yeah. Alright, Rye.
Alright, Rye is going to duck into the kitchen. So 1, 2, and shoot, whip out his pistol and shoot this guy here. Actually, I'll just, small room, I will just do firebolt. Save everybody's ears for the movement. Oh, man.
Oh, yikes. Wide miss. Almost took off Torben's ears.
Yeah, I think he was too indecisive about what he was going to do.
Right. Just fumbling all the weapons. Alright, Io, this gargoyle. Up to attack you. Swiping with claws. Lemon does it, the bear?
Me-
Okay.
Oh yeah, meets it, beats it.
8 slashing. About 10.
Miss.
It's a brutal beast fight out here. Casper's just cowering in the corner. Ah! Lucian.
I'm just gonna sidestep here so I can get a good shot. Good angle. I'm gonna I'll mind sliver him. Do the old intelligence.
Is wow.
Ah. Oh, meets it, beats it. Oh no, I'm at 16.
You're 16, yeah.
Yeah. Whew.
Actually just rolled randomly good. He's not very intelligent.
So, wowee. Yeah, so he takes 11 psychic.
Yeah, you see it, the whole stony head just like twitches
As I-
awkwardly.
Yeah, as I reach out again and try to twist.
Wow, that has been a pretty effective cantrip.
Yeah. Been lucky. Yeah, I'm just gonna just duck behind the well here. And hold my ground.
Alright, Torben, our cool chef is dead, but you've got several what look like living Ghost Knight conscripts who are not wearing their full armor.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Alaric, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, did you have like a house rule or something for trying to like bodily pull someone out of the way and switch places?
I think we determined it was a bonus. I need to codify that, but I think it was a bonus action to basically swap places with somebody safely, to pull them back and enter their space.
Well, if Alaric won't resist, then I'm gonna do that.
I'm not resisting. No, no, nope.
All right. So I'm gonna go after the guy in the doorway first. All right.
Yes.
And follow through with hitting the other guy down to the south.
Without even looking back, Torben, you might not even see this. Alaric, you do. He just absolutely crushes the man's like entire head in, and Torben, you're not even stopping your motion. You're just like crush, and you immediately like do another swing at the other one. And same thing, just just smashed against the walls and the doors.
All right.
And you see this guy in the back, the one still with the crossbow, is like, Crackbone, huh?
So yeah, then I'll kind of finish up just charging on forward here, right up into this guy's face.
Yeah, and you end up in a room that is mostly empty, but appears to be their great hall. You see long wooden tables and benches. There's spiked maces, great swords, and other weapons decorating the walls, and blood-red banners bearing the skull emblem of the Order of the Knights Incorporeal, hanging from what looks like a second-floor balcony overlooking the hall. There's doors to the south, and a door to the north, and stairs. It's a very large room.
Okay, gonna follow Torben's lead, stepping in and to the side, and going to reach out, and spectral hand will come out and grab this guy by the throat
So will, 26.
for 7 points.
All right, Alaric.
Product damage.
Yeah, these guys do not have much juice, and just like, yeah, chokes him, his eyes go white, and just rolls the back of the head, and he crumples to the ground.
Thank you, Torben. Thank you.
Io, you have a completely separate fight with a gargoyle outside.
All right. I want to try to, with my bite, I want to just kind of like rip into its wing to see if I can damage its flight ability. So we'll bite first.
Okay.
22.
Yes.
10 piercing on the bite.
So you're definitely wrenching a wing.
And then while I have my teeth still in there, I'm just going to reach up and try to do more damage at the same site with my claws. 25.
There's the attack rolls coming back, yeah.
And that's 11 slashing.
Io, you bring it to the ground, you wrench its wing, and it's like trying to flail like a pinned animal, and you just bring your paw down and crush it right in the middle of its body, and it just suddenly, it blinks for a second, and then the whole body just crumbles into multiple stony pieces.
Ooh. Nice.
Awesome. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to back up the ladies here because I have no idea what's happening in that room.
So I am going to pull you out of combat for the moment. The Spear Maidens look back at you, Io, and nod at you and says, "Please, rescue the sisters. We will hold this door. Go quickly. Stay quiet if you can."
Can't hear you.
That's because I'm muted.
Unless it's me.
No.
Nope. I will kind of nod at the sisters and I'll huff towards you to enter the door and I'll follow you in to bring up the rear.
Yeah, as I'm running in, just, are you sure? Okay. Come, Io, let's go.
Yeah, they nod and said, "It was good work, but we do not want to fight the entire fortress tonight." You all saw what one Darkwool dressed as a chef could do. Alaric's still not feeling right.
Nope.
Rye, you
Nope.
going through that door, and you want the bear to lead the way.
Go ahead. I don't want to slow things down with, you know.
Torben, you enter a very annoyingly dark room for you, but you can step forward very gingerly. I give everybody a little bit of sight radius around themselves. And almost fall headfirst into what look like steps going down into even more darkness. But you do see around you shelves of food. You can smell both appetizing food and what just smell like rotting meat on these shelves, kind of almost put very haphazardly stored together. You definitely smell bad, rotting meat smell coming from the depths of these stairs as well.
I can cast light on you, Torben, if you would like.
Oh, yes. Yes. And he holds out his maul.
It's just yeah.
There you go. Alright, so is everybody heading down the stairs? A different map, so give me a second. Yeah, so the spear maidens are staying up there. They're kind of basically watching y'all's back. What about Casper? You bringing him with him, or bringing him with you all still?
Casper comes with us.
Okay. Torben's emitting light. Got a brightly lit mall.
And I'm gonna drop the Ghost Knight thing and go full Krakovar Hussar.
And I assume you're bringing your ghoul friend with you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think the sisters would like it if I left him up there with them.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Alright, so you all are on this part of the map now. You descend the stairs. Reach what appears to be a cellar. You can see dusty wine racks lining the walls. And you still get that smell of rotten flesh. And most notably, you note half a dozen headless bodies hanging from the ceiling in various states of decay.
Upside down or like being drained?
Like almost like hung up like you would in a meat locker.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So now,
And I'm actually gonna need all of you to give me a Constitution saving throw because the smell is horrifying.
Does that exclude me?
Oh, because of your robotness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would. Rye just breathes deep. Ah.
That's great.
compared to the pain in his leg, it's nothing.
That's gangrene, Rye. You should really get that checked out. That's not good. Torben, you do start kind of retching a little bit, and you have the poisoned condition. You are distracted by the horribleness, and maybe it's bringing back some bad memories. Other than that, you see a door to your north.
Do you want the captain to open this? We can let him have point.
Yeah, still wearing the armor,
Why
just
not?
very awkward.
Mm-hmm. Give us an extra second or something if we do encounter somebody.
Sure.
In goes
Yeah,
the
you can
captain.
open it up and lumber forward. Appears to be open, and yeah, Torben, your maul lights things up. You see what kind of looks like a torture chamber. There's a rack in the middle of the room. An Iron Maiden in the side. Various torture implements around the area. Tongs, a brazier of hot coals, which are no longer burning at the moment. Go ahead and also give me a... Actually, I'm going to say perception check, but your passive perception, Io, we know yours is amazing. You definitely hear the sounds of sounds of women speaking like in a muffled manner. Obviously, it's through like the wall. Maybe the occasional whimper, but also the occasional just voices.
And that's over here at this door right here.
Mhm.
And they sound like they are in distress.
Yes, I would say so. And then because you also have an amazing passive perception, you also hear another voice beyond that that sounds like a more growly male voice.
Okay.
Before we open this door, I'd like to do another potion of healing.
Okay, so I will kind of get down in a little bit of like a defensive stance. And then I will give just like a little bit of a very low growl to kind of direct everyone towards the fact that there's danger behind the door. And I will, sorry, I'm losing my voice. Kind of want to rip the door off with my teeth and anger. And when I hear that male voice and it's causing distress in the women, that's what my reaction would be.
And I will order the captain to kill any guards that he sees.
Okay. Yeah, you think with a strength check, you could rip that door off if you would like. And you feel like, assuming the rest of you are prepared for that, then you feel like that might be a surprising maneuver.
All right. So just a straight up strength.
Yeah. Strength versus door. 22, Aya, with all your rage, you just smash into this wooden door, absolutely break it open into splinters, and you see a what looks like a ghoul, but wearing wielding a large glaive and wearing full armor. Suddenly, and it looks like he was kind of banging on these rows of, you could see kind of old-timey prison cells with several spear maidens in some of them, kind of banging on some of them, and now he just suddenly jumps back in shock, seeing a bear just rip off this door to shreds. So we're gonna get our fourth combat of the session as we roll for our initiative. But you guys get a surprise round on this one.
Double-digit initiative. I feel like that's a win for me tonight.
Oh, snap. That, yeah.
Oh, I just realized my token was on top of someone. Oops.
Oh, yeah, I can move him back. It's the ghoul captain.
I feel like you calling it Alaric's ghoul friend was a lot.
Alaric's ghoul friend. All right, Lucian, you are the first to react to the door just getting absolutely demolished by Io, and now you see the rows of prison cells. You can definitely make out that some of them are filled, occupied, I should say. But the main thing you notice is this very imposing, and this does not look like an ordinary ghoul. It looks more like a dark ghoul, but wearing full armor.
I will. I will start with a Mind Sliver.
Alas, nobody's got good intelligence.
All right.
Twitch the head.
Yeah, and then get out of everyone's way. Yeah, I got that.
And Alaric.
I think I had 5 more feet, so yeah, I'll step out of everyone's way.
Oh snap, blindness. You need to be a little bit closer though. It looks like 30 feet unless... Yep. There you go. Ooh, that one's...
Minus a D4,
Oh,
will that
shit.
help?
Yeah, depends on what his DC is though.
I don't know what your DC is.
Oh shit.
You're muted.
Ooh,
16. You're muted.
it'll probably be
And you're muted.
Daniel.
Sorry, it wouldn't matter. I'm a 15.
Oh, that's
I'm
close.
not quite as good as caster as Lucian. So, very close.
worth a shot.
Yep. Now Eric's
You-
mute.
I'm not
Did you
hearing
guys hear Eric?
Do not hear Eric.
Sorry. I muted myself. Sorry. The Spear Maidens, they're very well. You haven't seen them yet, technically, but one of them feebly throws up a hand and says, "Sisters, this may be our best chance. It's everything you've got." And at least cast. Can't see you guys yet, but do Sacred Flame. Dex save. All right, and it lights him up, and you see the ghoul just like snarls in anger. Io.
Okay. Yeah. Io is unhappy that it sounded like those women were getting attacked. So I am literally charging this guy straight away.
Okay.
We'll go bite 17.
Yes, Mateen does rip through the armor.
12 piercing with my bite. And then I'm going to go with my claws. A 17 again.
It still hits, yeah.
And 13 slashing.
Wow.
Is it possible, this may not be allowed, but if it's possible, can I, as I dig into him with my claws, can I throw him up over my back so he ends up behind me in the hallway? That's a little much, I know, but...
Give me a... Just trying to reposition him, basically.
Yeah.
Give me a
Shove?
athletics check. Yeah, it'll be a contested.
Okay. So athletics would just be the bear's strength.
Bear, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
11.
Best one is. Oh man, yep. Beat his strength. So yeah, I think, and because you hit with both attacks too, I think you can get a good purchase on him. And kind of somersault. It's not gonna do any damage or anything, but it will reposition him back there. Yeah. It's part of your swipes. You just like throw him back there.
Thanks for allowing that flavor.
Yeah, and he tries to snarl back at you in a language that I think only Alaric knows, which is Darakul. But basically he says, "Filthy creatures, this is Stitchface's dungeon, and he will show you the meaning of pain." And he twirls this large glaive weapon and tries to stab at you, Io.
That hits.
15 for 14 slashing damage.
Oof. Oh no, my token doesn't have my hit points from the bear on this map.
I can check the other token.
Yeah, I don't remember how many I had left.
20.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, and he spins it again. Ooh, that's a miss. But he can do it a third time. 10?
Miss.
Oh, miss. Okay. I hope Bear stays strong as he's swiping at this bear and you're dodging out of the way. Torben.
All right, Torben is going to rush forward. Feeling the rage welling, but finding the well dry. And
It's a lot of fighting in this session. It's a lot of raging. 18 will hit.
All right.
12.
And oh man, that was so close to almost being a 20.
15 will not get through his armor, however.
All right. I want to finish with trying to grapple him to just kind of, get him pinned down.
Okay. So grapple, I think, is same thing we just did with Io, which is athletics versus athletics, basically. Strength.
Oh.
So he
I
was
think you have to do the.
Oh man.
pretty strong.
I think it grapples automatic if you do an unarmed strike.
Let's
The
see.
attack action, you can unarmed strike as a. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Make an unarmed. You're right. And make an
Yeah, if
unarmed
you hit-
strike as a bonus action, and then you grapple automatically. Yeah.
I remember. I read this before and set myself up and then forgot about it. There we go.
Bear hug. There you go. Fortunately, his determined 15 does not hit though.
Bummer. Okay.
Try to grab him around, but he bats you away with a glaive.
Yeah.
We don't have an initiative for my Captain Ghoul friend.
Oh shoot! Sorry. Rye.
Right, Rye is going to hobble one square over to get a better shot and firebolt this guy. Man, I wish I had my spells back. Alright. Firebolt 20?
That does it. Yeah, 13 fire.
13. And that is it.
Alright, Lucian.
Come
Do you
down
want the ghoul?
and
Do you want the ghoul to go before Lucian starts?
Cool to go before Lucian starts.
Yeah, he didn't get to go the first round.
Oh, the first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he'll lope up there. And a miss. Alright, Lucian.
Oh, one attack. Okay.
wearing his helmet.
Let's go. Sliding down over his eyes. Yeah, I'll dual reliable Leo Mind Sliver.
Come on, the Iron Ghoul's actually a lot more intelligent, but can't quite.
Yeah, so he takes 8 psychic and call that good. I'll just go over here.
Ooh, this time the animated captain does get a hit in. 9 slashing. Alaric.
Muted again.
Muted.
Thank you. He's gonna reach down and touch Erica's dagger at his belt, and then walk in, take the rapier, and the bravado, the talking that he normally does, the smack talking stuff, is just not there right now. Just 16 hit.
16 does hit. Means you have found its AC. You hear more stirring from the spear maidens, and it's like, "Heart sisters, think they're the chance, perhaps." And to the bear that suplexed the ghoul, you receive 13 points of healing. Io.
Io grins a toothy bear grin at the spear maiden.
And from what you can see, which you haven't been been able to interact with them much, they look in very bad shape.
Okay. Well, I'm going to feel empowered by that, and a little bit of extra energy running through me, and I'm going to attack. Not with that. Combat the claws. 21.
Yes.
14 slashing. With my
All right.
claws.
The guy's finally starting to slow down. He was a beefy ghoul with a lot of armor, and now he's like fucking quite diminished.
And that is my turn.
All right. He's got all kinds of targets. Go first, and he's gonna spin around with his glaive as much as he can. These are stitch freaks us. Slayer will not best him here. Torben. Oh, stitch face. Let's do this again. He's just gonna keep spinning around. Find Alaric for a 25.
Yeah, I'd come at.
Only for 6 slashing damage, though. I rolled pretty bad on the damage. Unfortunately, Token Fate has decided you're going to get hit one more time. Or maybe. 16?
Nope. Hold.
Okay.
Shield.
Man, this guy is having problems with the glaive.
Got him pinned down. He doesn't have enough room to maneuver it.
Yeah. Torben.
Right. Keep up the maul assault. Ooh, yeah.
That will hit. 11, just smashing him in. 16 will hit. Okay, now he's looking really bad. He's barely holding on to that glaive. Looks like most of the bravado has left him. Now, you get here. Now!
Yeah, that should do it for me. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like he's very near death.
I'm gonna hobble a little bit closer and firebolt once more. 25
Yeah.
for 9 fire.
The ghoul, you finally like engulf him in flames, and he gives off a Wilhelm scream.
Fantastic.
The area is quiet at the moment. The glaive clatters to the floor, and the armored ghoul sinks to the ground.
With that, I'll tell the captain to go wait in the other room and watch the door.
Okay.
Do not want him in this hallway any longer.
Yeah.
than I have to.
It's over.
I would like to maybe start ripping some of the cell doors off.
Okay.
Reach down and hold up the keys.
Yeah, the ghoul Gowler did have the keys on him, but I like your method even better.
Never mind.
Well, you can start at one end of the hallway. I'll start at the other.
Yeah, you discover they're all basically within
Some of
these,
down here is
these
just
larger ones
See
over
who's
here.
faster.
Yep. And inside you find, between all the different doors, 4, which they had mentioned there were 5 total that were had been captured. You find 4 spear maidens, who are all, they don't have any of their armor or weapons or anything. And they all look like they are suffering from multiple levels of exhaustion, as well as the telltale signs of the early signs of Darakul fever, which those of you now all recognize since you've had one of your allies contract it before. Rescue. Thank you. Please, did Sister Doroka, did she send you? She with you?
They're holding the door
She is.
upstairs.
You see kind of relief wash over all of them. Please, they took Sister Ylva. Just maybe an hour or 2 ago. Took her upstairs.
What are they planning to do with her?
They fed us all some terrible potion thing. And then that one, and one of them spits at the crumpled ghoul, bit all of us. And somehow the potion made it so we could not feel Sif's blessing. And we've contracted the fever. Our divine spells can stave off its effects only so long, but we are weakening. I don't know what they were doing with her. They fed us all the same potion and bit us all. But they were making a big show of it.
Is she the one that has the robes?
Are you asking me this, or are you asking them that?
Asking her.
Okay.
Does she have the robes?
No. And they'll kind of exchange glances. and then says,
Pull out the symbol. Pull out the book.
"Yeah." One of them says,
"We've been through this drill.
Yeah,
We've been through this drill before."
sure, but they haven't met. Yeah,
I know. I'm just telling him. It's
yeah,
Alaric has no patience at this point.
no, yeah, that's a good point.
He's went down. It's like I don't got time to. I don't have time for this lady. If you want her save her butt, talk to me.
Yep. Yeah, and then one of them was like, "Sister Drok, I trusted them," and they finally was like, "Yes, Sister Ilva, she is our leader, and yes, she has the robes, but we have not used them. We did not want to. I don't think they know about them, so we dare not use them and not draw attention to it. So I have not realized what they have. But as damn luck would have it, Sister Ilva, she is the most passionate as our leader, so they took her first."
How long do you think you can hold off the fever?
They say they will. It says, "I think as long as we can get some proper rest, our spells can keep us alive until we'll need a priest with more powerful spellcasting. Perhaps Yogoda in Jost, which you all have met. She was the high priestess at Jost who originally told you about the Spear Maidens. She would be able to cure, and also she did cure Kovac, as you recall. Only she would be able to cure it, but as long as we are rested and do not die, then I think we can stave off the effects."
I think we need to go upstairs to the chapel.
Oh gods, they were to just kill Sister Ilva while she is infected. They both look, and everybody just looks at each other.
Will not let that happen.
I think they mentioned something about the chapel when they were taking her.
You need to get upstairs. Reunite them with their sisters. And go rescue Ilva.
Oh, and ignore the man in the dark Ghost Knight suit. He's with us.
They exchange glances, but they nod.
And I'll go out and tell the captain, these are now part of our party.
Yeah.
Them too.
I need to update your friend or foe's programming.
No bitey.
No bitey. Yeah, you all head upstairs back into the first floor pantry, and then these sisters, and they're looking, like I said, very bad. It looks like they've been suffering from the disease for quite a while, and then suffering from multiple levels of exhaustion. So they are like Rye, just really dragging their feet as they're making it up the stairs. And you can sequester them in the kitchen. The outside. The Spear Maidens are very, they kind of look and glance in there and smile, but then you see the gates begin to heave and buckle, and once again they're like having to put up, their spears literally at the doors, and kind of gesturing you all to hurry on with it, basically.
race towards the chapel.
Okay.
Quickly.
Yep.
Guys, I'm almost out of gas. I'm not feeling well, and I do not have much left in the tank. And
Rod gives Alaric his potion of greater healing.
I will gladly take that. Thank you.
The DM will now turn to the players and say, you are rushing towards a climax. Do we want to stop it here, or do we want to try and push and finish it? It's a tricky timing because we're at about the 3-hour mark right now, so...
I'm okay.
I'm game.
Might as well then.
Unanimous?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Fire in the hole.
All right. Make sure to update you guys on this part of the map. It's going to be a record number of fights. I don't think I've ever done this before. How many fights we've been in. All right. You are on the Great Hall. We've got... there's Casper. You do not have... All right, there we are. All of you, yeah, any kind of potions you want to do. And then you see the, you remember the door to the chapel was across the Great Hall here.
I'm going to I have a special ability in my wild shape that I can expend a spell slot to regain a little bit of extra HP back to my wild shape. So what's that? And so I'll just roll. I'm just going to do a first level, so I'll just get some.
A D8.
Oh, wait. Actually, I still have a wild shape left.
Could
so
shift
if I
back
drop
and just heal, yeah.
and then save the, okay, yep, I'm going to do that instead and save the spell slot.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll do that.
Do you want to drop, or do you just want to run in with current bear form?
No, I'm going to stay, and then I have one more. I forgot I had another wild shape left. I thought I was spent too.
Okay.
Yep.
And before we go into the chapel, Alaric will just take a quick knee, pull out Eric's dagger, hold it, and goes, Wotan, I need more strength for this. And I will get a second level spell slot back.
All right, you tell me when it's time to open the door versus any more things you want to do.
I think I'm going to do a potion too. You said you had a macro for it?
Yep. If you go to the macro tab, it's called Hydrus's Healing Potions.
Oh, okay.
Click on that. It should prompt you what kind of potion.
All right, I'm good.
Okay. Before we open the door, I need to let my dogs out because they just are bugging me, and I forgot to let them out when I took a break. So give me 1 second.
You need this last potion, Alaric?
Save it for now.
Just, okay. For emergency. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was going to drop and give a healing word to anybody who needed it, or should we save my form until I go down, and then we can use up whatever potions we have until
We're gonna
then?
need all those hit points we can get.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Getting a second level spell slot allows me to add some more chaos to the fight, but
And don't forget, if I do drop, I can maybe expend around giving potions out to people who need them. So who might need to be restocked? Okay. So I'll try to hand off to you if I drop bear form.
Alaric, I have another potion of healing. If you want to put it just like in your pocket,
let me double check.
because I'm going to be at range. It's going to take me so long to get in that room.
Just post up next to the door so you can just
Yeah.
swivel in.
Yeah.
Should the two bears go in first together?
I think that'd be a great idea. I have one potion of healing left.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself. I burned through rages. I didn't think we'd have that many. Plus, kind of like a little bit of in character more. He, definitely tend to be more aggressive.
All right, sorry about that.
Be aggressive.
All right.
All right, we pop in that
There's
door.
no more fan.
Yeah.
The two bears are leading the charge.
Oh, could be enough.
Bear cavalry to the
Bear
rescue.
cavalry. We're
So
putting you
Rye
here.
is posting up right next to the door. And,
Okay. The door
Rye,
leads
do
into a
you
large
need-
chapel hung with drapes of red velvet. A blood-stained stone altar stands on a dais at the eastern end of the chamber, or the opposite end for you. A deathly pale human woman dressed in rags is tied to the altar. A raven-haired priestess in a crimson dress stands over the woman on the altar, a barbed spear held high above her head. She chants blasphemous prayers as she sways beside the altar, and the ochre skull hanging from her neck glows with dark magic. 3 sinister figures watch attentively. A tall warrior dressed in black plate armor and wearing a silver mask in the shape of a grinning skull. A Darakul dressed in hooded black robes, and a ghoul dressed in a black velvet doublet and hose. Black candles burn in candelabras hanging from the ceiling, filling the room with flickering shadows and a spicy scent. As you all open the door, the priestess plunges her spear into the sacrificial victim's heart, fearing to kill the victim instantly. And I'm going to ask for some initiative, yep. 5.
Spicy scent.
5 combat encounters.
Finally went low.
I got a 17. Oh my god.
So you've got a red priestess, which you've actually seen and faced these before. You have what looks like a very imposing version of a ghost knight, who looks, by all intents and purposes, the leader. You see a very odd ghoul dressed like almost like a butler. And then, Torben, you recognize Vukis Shroudson wearing the black robes. All of them are very shocked. They were obviously rapt attention at what's happening here, and very shocked when the door opens. And appropriately, Torben, you are first, and I will give you all a surprise round as well.
And it is full dark in here then.
It is. You're still
we are-
sorry. I need to update your token.
Okay.
Your light should still be on, but since this is a different map,
Red sister can see in the dark.
there we go. No. No, I don't think she can. So yeah, there should be some light in here. Let's make some lights. Yep.
Torben's gonna almost charge past this ghoul before noticing him.
Okay.
It's the butler right here, right?
Yeah, just a very oddly almost comically well-dressed ghoul. Who looks, is the most afraid. The others kind of look with, certainly concern and surprise, but he just looks straight up cowering, like, "Argh!"
Yeah, but something about him. Like, almost charging past him, but then gonna turn around and swing at him.
Okay. 25, definitely. It's... and Torben, when you enter and see Lucas Shroudson, you instantly enter a rage.
Oh, really?
I'm giving you a rage for this, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
As you,
Thank you.
literally
Yeah,
and
thank you.
mechanically feel enraged.
Okay.
So I'll add 2 damage on that one.
Okay.
14 also hits. He is only wearing a tuxedo. Good lord. Torben, with a 1-2 punch, you just smash this ghoul, this well-dressed ghoul, into the ground, into a bloody pulp. Just...
Okay.
When you hear the Ghost Knight turn towards you with that mask on. What is the meaning of this? Intruders in the middle of the keep at our moment of triumph.
That should do it for me.
Yeah. And he is
Surprised?
surprised, thank you. Rye.
Alright. I am going to move here. I guess I only have to move 1 square to here. And firebolt this guy.
Yep.
Bow, 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 bow.
18 does
18.
hit. Yeah. 11 fire. Just
Fire.
fire licks at his flame, at his robes and flesh.
Finger guns.
Alaric.
Gonna step in, get some situational awareness. And I know that there's a bear coming behind me, so I have to get out of the way. And with that, Blessing of Wotan, I will cast a spell that gonna make you work a little bit, Eric.
Oh
Sorry.
boy.
Give me some critters.
Oh yes. He loves it when people conjure new creatures.
And put them both on both sides, on next to the priestess.
And is this when they roll initiative or go with Hugo?
They roll initiative.
For my sanity, I'm just gonna have them go together if you don't mind.
Okay, that's fine. And that will end my turn.
Alright. Bugs appear around the priestess. We've got Io.
Okay. Io is going to let's see. I am now in the doorway so I can see. So 5, 10 should get me in the room. And I see this is the priestess up here,
Yep.
right next to the altar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to I'm heading straight for her. I can occupy the swarm, right? Because they're in the air.
I think so, yeah. They're swarming on
Okay.
the ground, I think, right? Beetles?
Oh,
Yeah, they're carrion beetles.
oh,
yes,
sorry,
the swarm
then
specifically have the
I-
ability to occupy the same space.
Oh, cool. Okay, so then I'm going to go at her with my bite first. 16.
Yes.
Okay. That's 8 piercing. And then I'm going to go at my claws. 23.
Yes. Jeez.
And that's going to be another 8 slashing.
Yep. So you're stumbling backward and blood dripping.
Right? And then I will move one there to kind of maybe draw the attention of them.
I'd say you have done that.
And end of my turn.
All right. The loping ghoul, dressed as the captain, will come up, and you can see the general sneers when he sees this. It's like a mockery. My own captains. Ghoul takes a fuck you game. Mock this, bitch. Deals 10 damage. Ah.
My boy. Right there.
Yeah. That one is dead. We're still on a surprise round. We've got your beetles, or I assume swarming after the Red Priestess.
Yep.
Do you have this character sheet, or do you need me to?
I think it's down at the bottom here. Yeah. 1 second. Loading.
8 will not hit the priestess. Oh shit, 23
That
will.
Was
Ow. Jeez. 17,
She's
that swarm is
covered.
everywhere.
Yep.
And a massive damage roll is good enough, I believe. Half of 17.
Yep.
Did you have to do a massive damage for the crit from the captain?
You're right. I
Oh,
should have
no.
done that. Like one. Yeah, he's alright. He did not have. The priestess is looking really fucked up after this 1-2 punch of attacks. Like, damn. Still surprised. We go to Lucian.
I'm gonna run in. 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. We're gonna run in. I'm gonna say, "Party's over."
My usual one.
And I'm gonna say, "Party is over."
Stick around.
And cast the yes, level 2 Thunderous Stampede.
Oh, damn, this one.
5, 10. Shoot, Alaric can't get to that one because the ghoul's in the way.
3 targets. We've
Well,
got 10 feet
5,
of straight line.
5, 10. Crap. That ghoul wasn't there. Well, so I'm gonna do.
I'd have to move him out of the way.
Well, I can also target him as one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do the ghoul, Torben, and Io, and myself,
Okay.
and I will move up to attack
My
that one.
thunderous battle cry. They all get melee weapon attacks and can either gain a +5 bonus on the attack's damage or shove the target 10 feet. Oh, you still have to hit, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I
Oh.
assume Torben
Oh.
would go for. Is this Vukus? This guy over here?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna assume thematically he would stampede at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will stampede at the priestess.
Stampede.
Okay.
You probably have to stampede the general to make room for. Well, I guess you could still walk over here anyway and attack the priestess to make room for Torben to go there. Oh shit! The crits. Honestly, y'all been just rolling like crazy.
16 slashing to the priestess.
+5.
Oh,
20, 21.
Oh yeah, because you have to
Unless you're shoving.
Yeah.
Which,
no, I'm killing her.
shove.
Yeah, Io, you absolutely do. You absolutely destroy her. She's crawling with swarms of beetles as well. And she barely had time to blink with all this damage coming at her.
This fight
Dies
is
with a
personal.
whimper.
Okay, so I basically.
We'll need to move you here if we want Torben to be able to hit Vukas.
Yep.
Okay. So, other thing just occurred to me. You poisoned me a while ago, and I haven't. I should have been disadvantaged.
We should have. I forgot about that too. To your credit, I should have remembered. But that basically was pretty much just for the that other combat encounter, the one against the Gowler.
Okay, so
It's worn off by now.
saying it's okay.
But yes,
All
we all forgot about that. $20
Okay.
will hit.
All right.
$13 plus 5 because of the thunderous.
Yeah.
My goodness. Oh, you just smash into his side. Nasty. And who else? The ghoul got it as well?
Yeah, the ghoul.
Yep.
He's the only one
It's
still in range.
claws, which it does hit. And
For
does 11 damage.
Nice.
Good boy. Good boy.
Yeah. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah, that was heck of a.
That's a good one. We've seen him use it to great effect. I'm impressed you held on to a second level spell slot this long too.
I know. I missed. I was trying to watch my handiwork, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
What did you? Oh, you were the dagger.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I gotta stay put.
Alright, that's the end of the surprise round, but Torben, you are first.
All right. Well, I am definitely rage and then some. I'm gonna go in recklessly.
Yeah. Even with a reckless attack, 13 is not quite gonna do it. The Darkwool appears to have the mage armor on, glowing on his body. 19 will hit, though. Pretty nasty 15 damage.
All right. I'm gonna try this bear hug one more time to try and make sure we've pulled him, keep him away from Lucian here.
Yes, 24 will hug him,
All right.
which grapples him, I believe.
So yeah, so if you hit, you grapple the target in addition to dealing the damage.
Oh, shit. So you reminded me about the poison earlier. Now I get to remember about this, which I did not use against the chef because I completely forgot about it. Any creature that starts to turn within 5 feet of a Daracool must succeed on a DC 13 con save or be poisoned until the start of its next turn.
Ooh, wow.
So give me a con save first.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that advantage. But I guess that worked out okay. Okay, so the bear hug damage then.
Okay.
All right. So, and then, yeah, I got him. So then I've got him grappled.
Okay. Yeah, he is writhing. What is the meaning of this, General? I go to your fortress, witness your grand plan, and this is what happens. But for your security. And he seems to pause for a moment and says, wait, I know these ones. These are the ones from Solbeck. No! And he starts getting a little more panicky. General will raise his... He's got this large, and Torben, you see this especially, this large greatsword, black blade covered in runes, and he raises it up and says, I'll take care of them. And waves of negative energy spill out. And I need everybody except Rye to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Would this be disease, poison, or the poisoned condition?
None of those things.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn my inspiration on that.
I'm sorry, did you say wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw, yep.
Yep. That was a good use of an inspiration.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do the same thing because this feels a little scary.
Has my bardic inspiration worn off by now?
I think it'll last for a minute. Oh.
I thought it was 10 minutes, but
Yeah, I think
either
it's
way,
10.
I feel like it's
Yeah, that was
probably worn off.
2 battles ago, I think. Wow, you all made really excellent saves with the inspirations, especially. So you shake off whatever was going to happen, and he seems to grunt in annoyance, and he raises, and Io's in his face, so he just raises this blade and attempts to attack you with it, Io. Oh my goodness. Terrible miss. He checks himself and says, no, wait, I am the boss. I'm going to hit much better this time. Okay, 13.
That one hits.
Alright, deals 8 slashing and 9 necrotic damage.
Oof.
Just giant sword. Then he tries once more with a 25 to hit, dealing a total of 12 damage.
Iobear is no longer Iobear. So 12, so let's see. So that's 3. That's 9 points to me when I go back.
Yep.
When I revert. Okay.
See a small grin play out underneath that mask. They still bleed just the same. Rye.
Alright. I'll hobble a little closer. And aim at this guy. Keep it going so I get my long rest. Let's go. 16.
16 does hit.
He's got it. Yep.
For 6 fire.
Oh yeah. And fire leaping up, and Lucas is really sagging now, and he's just still, and we'll play it off, but still grappled in Torben's arms. So you just very carefully shoot a thin, fiery beam, so as not to hit Torben. But Torben's still probably little tips of hairs getting burned off.
There.
Alright, Alaric. You note, Alaric, that the slain spear maiden suddenly rises up and twitches, and becomes and seems to reanimate as a ghoul, and as she does, you see Vukas and the general both look over, and Vukas has a much different emotional change. Says, "Oh, worthless! It's only a worthless ghoul! Grimslade! I came all this way to witness this! You promised me no Darakul! Not this fodder!" And the ghoul will lunge at Torben. Still, and you note, now you can see through the rags that kind of locket still around the neck. Attempt to slash at Torben.
17 hits.
17, 6 slashing. I need a con saving throw. Alright, you're fine.
Technically, you could have had advantage there because I had been attacking reckless.
Oh, thank you. I hit anyway, so it's fine. Appreciate that. Alright, now you may go, Alaric.
Yes, we're from Zobek. We've been tracking you for a very long time. And we're tired.
Little trophy on your ally. 25. Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to do that with advantage. Because he's held. Just making sure I didn't have the...
I don't think grappled, unless he's restrained. Is he restrained too, or just grappled?
Grapple is restrained, I thought.
No, those are... D&D 5e conditions are bullshit, and I agree they should be the same thing, but they are very much not the same thing.
That's actually what I was just trying to look up. To
Yeah,
double check.
grappled literally just means their speed is 0.
Yeah.
Restrained means they have all the various conditions associated with it.
So,
Yeah.
simple 8 points.
Yeah, and he's looking really bad. Ah. Io.
Okay, well, since I'm Io,
Whom we haven't seen in a while. You've been a bear for a long time.
feels good. No. The guy next to me, the general. Did I witness him cast spells, or was he just
He seemed
like,
to be
melee with that
using his very badass giant sword to do some kind of special ability from it.
Okay, so it wasn't like a spellcaster where he was casting
Correct.
and doing anything.
He looks more like a knight. He just happens to be wielding a very powerful magical sword.
Okay. Then I am going to... I don't know if this would work if I'm standing right next to him. If I'm standing right next to him, that Crushing Trample spell that I have requires... I can, like, move in a straight line to run people over.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to get a running start?
Show me the spell. Let's see what it says.
All right. It says you move twice your speed in a straight line, trampling everything in your path.
Twice. You immediately move up to twice your speed. That's the thing I was looking for. So in other words, you don't have to force yourself to smash into the wall.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you could just literally use a trample to go 10 feet or something, it sounds like.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast that spell. So let me officially cast it. And then I am going to shift back into bear and try to run over the general.
Okay.
Which...
Strength
saving throw.
Prone.
DC 16.
Gotcha. Dude looks pretty strong, but we'll see. Oh man, he is just not
Yes.
not cutting the mustard though.
Okay, so that's gonna be
17 damage. I think it
Oh,
rolled
did I
it,
already roll the damage?
when
oh,
you
it did.
Yeah, when you clicked it earlier.
Oh, cool. Okay, 17 bludgeoning damage.
And you rolled pretty damn good on that damage.
And then I would be over here somewhere.
Okay.
Wherever I can fit. And that is my turn.
In bear form now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you can actually do that to your token, right? Just right click and
I
do...
can?
Yeah. Right click and go to multi-sided and then choose side.
Oh my god. Awesome. But I cannot resize myself. I do not have the ability to.
You're right. That you need.
Yep.
That which a little bit scrunched up to the wall there. Your ghoul ally misses Vukas.
He has advantage. The general's prone.
Oh, he's prone. I missed that.
Failed his strength save.
You're right. Yep, he is prone. Okay.
Yep.
Back once more. Is still not going to quite cut through his armor. Trying his best. Vukas is fairly worried at this point, and he is going to. He's still grappled too, which is not good. He'll stare daggers at you, Torben, as he kind of writhes in here, and he says, "Yes, if I should die here, I'll take you to hell with me." And he will cast the tentacles as much as he can. Summon Evard's black tentacles. Probably like this, I guess. Tentacles! Squirming enemy tentacles fill a 20-foot radius, 20-foot square on ground that you can see within range. Oh, it's maybe not a 20-foot radius. It is a 20-foot square.
So it's 4 squares.
I totally misdid that. Yep.
Budget cuts.
Yeah, right. 20-foot square. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yep.
All right, so it just covers the 3 of you, basically, right? Where he's at. Terrain is the first time where it starts his turn there. So it's not until you actually start your turn there, I guess. It was weird the way some of these spells are timed. Creature enters the affected area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. Creature must succeed on a dex save or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage, be restrained by the tentacles. Starts its turn in the area and is always restrained by the tentacles. Push damage. Alright, so I guess it doesn't go until you would start your turn there. The Beatles.
Okay. Let's take a look at beetles. What is their movement speed? 20 feet. So, beetle friends are going to
take him on a magical mystery tour.
That one is going to climb onto him.
Go, Beatles. Oh my gosh. I think, isn't that the second crit you got with the Beatles? Or is that a...
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
For 18 points of I'm eating you alive damage.
Yeah. Those beetles just swarm all over his body. He gives off a scream of rage. He says, "Hunger God's will be done."
And he needs to make a massive damage check.
Oh no, he's dead. I'm giving his death throws.
Oh, okay. We'll take that then.
Our designs will be done. And he just gurgles as like more beetles like swarm out of his mouth and everything, which also means his tentacle things go away.
That was a nice save.
Yes, it was.
Should have picked a different spell.
And that one's going after the
Yeah,
general.
you didn't even get to have that.
Yeah, that's a weird timing spell that doesn't turn on until they go. Yeah, 22 will hit for sure.
He's prone, so I'm just gonna see if I get the 20. Didn't get the 20. Okay. So 11 piercing for the general.
Yeah. He is definitely looking concerned now. Dead Lucian.
Let's see. I was gonna do something, but I'm gonna change my thought process here. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the general.
Onto it. Dissonant Whisper. You guys did a good job of hanging on to the good spells. The
Actually, that
Scarab
was-
Swarm, the Trample Charge.
Wisdom saving throw. 6.
Oh boy,
Ooh.
my boss is just absolutely shit
Yeah.
the bed tonight. My goodness sakes. Can't
Yeah.
do anything right.
I begin the melancholy, or the horrible song.
Reaction. As far as its speed, well, that's to stand up for half its moving. It's prone. And he moves away from you, so I guess he'd go in the corner here.
Yep.
So 5, 10, 15. So he'd incur attack opportunity from a Swarm, Io Bear, and the Ghoul. Which it looks like only Io actually hits him.
15
15.
slashing.
Yikes. Yeah, and obviously he took damage from the psychic attack too. And now he's looking pretty bad.
Well, Torben is like, I feel like the rage is slipping away as he realizes that he's finally seen the end of this torment that he's chased, and he lets the body slump and turns towards the general and almost more mechanically makes his way in that direction.
You can gain a point of inspiration for feeling some justice served.
Is this ghoul here our ally? No. Is this one
the
down
one with the
here
trophy
is?
symbol is your ally.
Okay.
I realized that. I was like, oh crap, we got 2 tokens on there.
Well, then I walked past that ghoul. So.
Oh, okay. You can, you can try
Yeah.
to claw at you. Oh dear, for 18. 6 slashing and a con save may render you paralyzed before this happens. We'll see. Or just show off. You guys have had so many nat 20s tonight. My goodness. So yes, 20 for 14.
Oh,
Oops.
And 11 does not quite do it. But yeah, General's looking not great.
I can't remember where I started. Was I here or here?
you were next to me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
General will sneer at you, Torben. Says you're a worthy foe. You will not see me go down so easily. The DM hopes. And swings his giant great sword. Alright, 16.
16 will make it.
13 slashing and 9 necrotic.
Pretty big hit there. 20.
And he misses with the second one. You parry that blow, and he comes around for the third for a dirty 20. 14 slashing and only 2 necrotic. Double ones. For necrotic damage.
That's going to put me down.
Oh! Does take him down.
You were raging, right? So you were taking half of the slashing damage?
So with the death of what's his name, I felt like thematically, story-wise, I let the rage go.
I appreciate that. It was a special rage that we gave you for focus.
Understood.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So both of those, so the hits from the ghoul and both of those from him were at regular damage.
He cuts you down finally with 2 nasty hits. This ghoul's got its hands full with a bunch of, which it was Sister Ilva, slashing at the swarms ineffectively. Go to Rye.
Alright, steps into the doorway. And we'll fire blast the guy and the ghoul. 27 for 6.
Yes. You light up the poor former spear maiden. I think, right? Is that what you're targeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Still up, but definitely injured. And you've now realized there's a pretty big hierarchy and difference between ghouls and Darakuls. Ghouls appear to be just the regular fodder that you've seen countless times before, and then the Darakuls are much more intelligent, typically like wearing armor, wielding weapons, and have way more abilities and things at the table. And you do note that when Sister Ilva turned into a ghoul, they were all disappointed. They thought that she would turn into a Darakul.
So Alaric's going to move up, and it's like, you have something I want. Sorry. That would have been a miss.
Yeah. Just distracted. You see the ghoulish form of the Spear Maiden. Hi-oh.
Okay. Io just saw her fair brother go down, and she is going to race up here and try to put the general out of his happy misery. 20?
Yeah.
All right. That's 11 piercing.
Okay.
And then
Backpedaling.
going at the claws, another 20.
Yeah.
Another 11, this time
right.
slashing.
Yeah, he's looking pretty bad this time. You get in there, and he's a lot of his armor is like falling off in pieces, and he's staggering, and you can see the ghoulish form underneath. And he's just spitting blood, like raked marks all over his face.
And I will stand right there on the dead body of the priestess and just growl at the general.
And then we've got ghoul on ghoul violence, which 13 does a hit. And the former Spear Maiden is looking pretty bad. Lucas is dead to the swarms.
Okay. Swarm going for former Spear Maiden.
20 will hit. And she crumples to the ground, her ghoulish life cut short.
And the other one's going to go up and try to get the general. With no effect.
Not quite, yep. Alright, Lucian.
Something I should have done last round. I thought he was on his last legs. So I saw him.
He's even more on his last legs now.
Yeah.
Last
Well,
leg.
this is kind of for story too, but this sword he's been swinging around. Does that look like the source of his power, I guess, or?
He's certainly been using it to great effect. Yeah, and it looks like it does look magical.
I'm gonna use the Bloodstone spell gem and cast my Dispel Magic on that sword.
Oh,
Or, you said he had Mage Armor up?
no, that was the
The
spellcaster.
other one. The other
Yeah.
one. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Can you dispel magic a magic
can-
item? I've never heard of that.
You can. It's not permanent.
Okay. Like suppresses it or something?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of
Yeah, I know. I'm putting you in a tough situation.
I mean, it's a 3rd level spell, so yeah, I think I'll allow it. I mean, you're spending a 3rd level spell to do it. I will have to consult in the future whether this is something to be allowed, but I like the effect of you like specifically targeting the blade and attempting to suppress its magical ability. And he growls in anger.
Right. Yeah, just you've done enough.
Mhm. Torben, you get to make a death saving throw, my friend.
Right.
One success. General has Swarms and the Io Bear, which he will certainly turn his attention towards. His blade no longer active. He shields it and just like goes in like Wolverine mode, and just you can see his claws, and he's really, and he's all bloodied. He's like, it's more personal now, and his voice is getting more raspier as he just attempts to claw at you, Io, which 11. That is a bear, though.
It hits.
You know,
It's
interestingly
my
enough,
AC.
he is a form of ghoul, so he technically has the paralyzing thing also. So DM is realizing I should probably be using the claws more
It's
often.
more dangerous.
It is
than the
kind of more
sword.
dangerous. It's funny because they all wield weapons, but the claws with the paralyze is so powerful. So 9 slashing, and I need a con saving throw or be paralyzed.
All right, 9 slashing.
Lucian just unleashed the beast. No, actually, he does a lot more damage with the weapons. Ooh,
14?
Yep, you're fine. However, he gets to do one more swipe. 18 and an 11 slashing damage and another con save.
Okay. Oof. And
So
you said my inspiration wore off, right? My bardic
I
inspiration.
believe so, yes.
All right.
So paralyzed. Now he will go in for the bite attack with advantage.
Isn't he wearing a helmet?
It was a mask, I think we described it as. Which this would have auto-critted had I attacked, and I crit anyway. I don't know if that's a waste of a crit or just funny. For 20 piercing damage as he leans into... He's just full feral now. He's kind of dropped, like, all the whole nightly thing, almost gone feral. Ghoul is just swiping at you and tries to rip out your throat with his teeth.
I'm down. Back to Io. That was 20. Okay, so she's got...
Bears are both technically down.
Well, no, Io's up. The bear is gone.
Well, that's what I mean.
Bear comes gone. Yeah.
The bear is gone, yeah.
Yep.
The Spear Maiden is done. Rye, even though the general has gotten rid of the bear form and downed the other bear, is still looking pretty badly out of shape. His now just looks full on, like his hair's gotten wild, his mask's askew, his parts of his armor is flung off.
He looks like he needs some heat.
Oh, shit! Rye from downtown. Fun bit of
Holy
trivia.
shit.
This is Rye's first critical hit of the campaign.
What? That's probably so true.
According to my notes, that is your first crit.
I'll take it.
Yeah. And with that hit, you just blast him right in the head, just, and his whole head rocks back, and he doesn't get any kind of death throw. He just falls back to the ground, slams down.
And Alaric will immediately run to Torben and do Spare the Dying.
Yep.
I
Or actually, I can do it
reach
next turn.
over.
Yeah.
I actually reach over and just touch him and do healing word.
There you go. Bring him up. And Torben, give me a con save against a lingering injury, please.
Good times. Oh,
Oh no! You get to go to Injury Town.
Oh.
Ryan can tell you all about how fun Injury Town is.
Use the arm.
There's a macro that lets you roll for your wonderful lingering injury. Tell him what he's won. That you can click on. Determine what you've been saddled with. You get post-traumatic stress, disadvantage on wisdom, saving throws, and checks. It's a mental wound.
Alaric will send the beetles to the sisters, the spear maidens up front, and have it crawl underneath the door and start attacking whatever's coming
Well,
on
this,
inside.
yeah, when you guys are here, one of the spear maidens is run back towards you all and basically takes one look at Sister Ilva and just looks very distraught at this, but notes that you've just cleaned house in here. Says, my goodness, this is... Sister Ilva, this is so bad, but we need to leave. You've destroyed most of their command, but there still is some outside, and the entire castle is stirring. We need to get out of here. And obviously you all can snatch the locket, the holy robes, off of the body of Sister Ilva and grab it, and you all can hurry back. The Spear Maidens have successfully kept the inner Bailey area free of enemies, and then some of them have held up the front of the keep as well. And yes, there is some fighting, but you're able to run past, and there can kind of cover you from behind, and you are able to slip into the secret tunnel, basically the way you came in, and you can try and essentially barricade that path. It's gonna be very hard to obviously, hide the path you take. You're more
Just leave it covered in beetles; it'll be fine.
Sure, yeah, you can leave some beetles behind, and or perhaps you could even try to, like I said, collapse the entrance or do something to.
And I can leave Captain there as well.
That's true. Yeah. All right, you can leave
Captain
it.
and the beetles.
Yes,
Stay behind and-
good point, Io. Thank you. You can, yes, one of you should definitely grab his magic sword. Once the dispel magic wears off. Yeah, and then you are in Orzelbirg and quickly hoof it. At this point, you know that the ruins of Yarosburg are not very safe, but the Spear Maidens, they are experts at navigating this entire countryside. That's what they do. That's what they've been doing for the last 10 years. And so we're just going to montage the long trip all the way back to Jost. And it's going to take, probably a week or more to get back there. And as long as the Spear Maidens still have their spell casting abilities and using Lesser Restoration and all the long rests and enough saving throws, they can actually cure them, or not cure, they can stave, I think, the effects of the Dark Wolf Fever to keep it from progressing, basically. But they do require the greater restoration to fully cure themselves. So they're not in great shape, but they also don't necessarily hinder you all too much. But you were able to make it back.
But Alaric has a problem. He has Derrickle fever as well.
This is true, Alaric. It's basically...
I think we have a potion that I might need.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically the
you
same
have a
system, though.
potion?
I believe they can... let's see.
I don't know, we got more spear maidens than people with dark cool fever.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They can still use... So basically, Lesser Restoration gives you advantage on your saving throws. And then... once you make enough saves, you can basically cure the disease. The problem is the disease reduces your maximum hit points, and that's what can't be cured until you can be healed via greater restoration. I'm basically montaging this because you're not going to be in any danger between now and when you get to the priestess. Okay. So yes, story-wise, you do suffer same as them, and you may even end up in a similar state where you're very weakened. But they are able to keep you, and you become almost more of a burden to the team rather than an asset, along with the injured and infected sisters. But they can keep you alive at least until you get back to Jost, and then Yagoda can, they know all the paths they can take. Or again, we're montaging all of this, but they know all the right, the safe places, how to hide their tracks. They can do all of this. It's what they do. It's a long journey for all of you. And you can also properly identify the things you found, which are the sword, Grimslade's blade. Its wicked blade is covered with sinister runes. It was the personal weapon of Grimslade, Ghost Knight General of Castle Orzelbirg. You gain and acquires attunement. It's a great sword. You gain +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with the sword. The sword deals an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to creatures that aren't constructs or undead. As an action, you can raise the blade and release waves of negative energy at your foes. Each creature of your choice within 30 feet must make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you for 1 minute. The creatures more than 30 feet away from you may attempt another Wisdom saving throw at the end of each turn. Constructs and undead are immune to this feature. You may use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain them on a short rest. And access to, there we go. And then the holy robes of Sister Ad. This is the things you guys have been looking for. Holy robes of Sister Adeland, a legendary magic item, requires attunement by a creature of good alignment. A round golden locket about 2 inches diameter, engraved with the holy symbol of the goddess Sif. Locket hangs on a gold chain fashioned from delicate hexagonal links and acts as a reliquary. Scrap of cloth is from the robes of the martyr Sister Adeline, who killed the vampire lord Otmar at Jarosberg before dying at the hands of a large pack of ghouls. While wearing the holy robes, you cannot be charmed or frightened by undead creatures. It has the following additional properties. Holy protection. You have advantage on saving throws against spells cast by undead creatures. To have succeeded on 5 such saving throws, the property goes dormant. It has to be used again in the next long rest. You also gain the Sacred Flame cantrip, which you can cast at will, using either your spell save DC or DC 15, whichever is higher. And it has an ability called Radiant Burst with 2 charges. You can spend 1 charge and use your action to unleash a burst of sunlight. Magical darkness is dispelled. Each undead creature within 15 of you must make a DC 15 con saving throw, taking 66 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The relic gains all expended charges daily at dawn. A burst of sunlight. Both of those items require attunement.
Alaric cannot use the reliquary, cannot use the robes.
You are not good alignment?
According to my character sheet, no.
Interesting. You feel like with enough, if you wanted to, and given everything you've talked to the Spirit Maidens with about, you might be willing to undergo a alignment change, but it may alter your I'm just saying the work that you have put in towards helping the Spear Maidens would probably unlock that, but it would change your... It may change your alignment to good, in which case that may reflect on how brutal you are in the future. If you don't want to change, then...
Something to consider.
It's something to consider, yeah.
Yep.
I'm neutral.
Are none of you good alignment?
We can't give it to Rye. We can't give it to Rye. So much to discuss.
Yep.
Yep. And then you still have not seen or heard much about this wedding ceremony, but it's something you can obviously bring up to the High Priestess of Jost. But otherwise, that is going to conclude this extra long session, as we did end up doing it in 2 sessions after all. And that actually concludes Chapter 2 of Empire of the Ghouls, which has been a pretty meaty chapter and far longer than Chapter 1 was. Indeed. All right, so that is going to end our session. Thank you to Christopher, Corey, Dory, John, and Stan for playing. And thank you to all of the amazing patrons for making these sessions happen. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons, Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roleplayer Roll, Christopher, Brian, William, David, Cora, Koa1337, Big Nut, John, Chris, Scott, Gene, Eric, Dan, Tyler, Nathan, Camp, Crystal, Lake, Counselor, Big Shep, Andrew, and Daryl. And gold patrons, RPG Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Dead Lizard Lounge, Marcus, Sam, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Refus, Carolyn, and William. I'm doing worse at this because it's very late. Thank you all very much for your support, and I will see you next time for our Chapter 3.